Oh, I'm back. Something went wrong. I don't know. I had it dual streamed on TikTok and here last week, but all of a sudden Streamlabs is like, you know what? No, you don't get that anymore. We're taking that privilege away from you. And I said, okay, TikTok, sounds good. I don't know. They just said your permission is no longer there. I said, TikTok, please. I'm sobbing and crying, but that's okay. I'm here. So sorry, I'm a little bit late. But are you ready to yap about cats? Let's be full honesty. I finished the book like 5 minutes ago. And that's okay. I was a little bit behind this week, but I mean, what else is new? I've been fully behind like every single week. But we come here for a good time. We come here for a good time, am I right? Also, in my past little while, I've set something up that is going to be so annoying for you and so damn fun for me. I have given myself a soundboard. So now I get to have sound and get to annoy you guys with my sound effects, but whatever. You'll never know what I'll hit you with next. Let me know if that's crazy. I love my soundboard. I have a randomizer too, so I can just hit you with a random sound. You never know what's going to come out. I also don't know what's going to come out. For example, let's see. It wants the Smash Bros sound. That's just so perfect, guys. Okay, we're here to talk about how is it gonna get annoying, says Kay the cat. Oh, just you wait. I'm gonna use it an obnoxious amount of time when you least expect it. Okay, so welcome. We're here to talk about Rising Storm, and I have thoughts. I forgot how honestly intense this book was at the very end, and I was reading it this morning, and I'm like, God, do I actually? I'm like, okay, this is why I love warrior cats. The way that they, and also I have thoughts about leopard fur that I don't think I had as a child, but now I'm like, I think I'm in love with leopard fur in a strictly like. Hold me so tightly and keep me safe leopard fur kind of way. The chat feels so large, you guys. Why is it the text is just, I feel like have you ever looked over at like your grandparents or your parents' phone and their text size is like the entire screen? Why do I have that so large? I want to see you guys. I want to see every single thing. Okay, let's fix it. Let's fix it, babies. Okay, let's see. All right, hopefully that's fixed it. Okay, this book made me cry, says Bread. Bread, you are so valid for that. I also had some big thoughts throughout this book. See? Big sads. There's a couple times in this book where I'm like, what? Erin, you do not have the rights to hurt me in this way. I'm struggling in real life as it is. I do not need emotional trauma from a cat book. And yet here we are. I do love it. Hello, everybody. Oh my God. Hello, everyone. Okay, so let's just begin. We're at Rising Storm, so a little kind of. Do you want to hear? Oh, we need to have my my ASMR. Pretty good. Those are all my what's the word? The little like sticky notes, but they're like little tab things. I have them color coded, kind of, and by that I mean whatever color feels right in that moment is the color I choose. So, yeah, it kind of looks crazy, but the sound effects are perfect. Oh my God. See, who said that? That was Sharkfin. That's for you, Sharkfin. Thank you. Sharkfin, you're the real one. Truly you are. Okay. Okay, enough out of this soundboard. Quiet out of you. First, before we begin, let's hit it with a randomizer of the sound effects. Soundboard. What was your thoughts on this board? I'd love to know your opinion. It thinks warning, big feelings. I feel that, dude. I feel that. Sometimes it seems like the soundboard during certain streams, it favors some sounds. Like the other day, it was favoring the car screeching noise and the dog sniffing. So I guess we're gonna find out. It seems like it's done the alarm a couple times. So maybe it's just alarmed. I am so alarmed as well. So, okay, hold on. I need a little sip of my drink here. You want to hear something so sad? I thought I had my drink nice and cool, my caffeinated beverage all ready to go. Don't drink caffeine if you're under the age of whatever age you're supposed to be. I thought it was nice and cool. I opened my fridge and to my horror, dismay, distraught, sadness, it was not even in there. I was so sad. This was me looking at my fridge. No, my drink is not cold. What a struggle. What a time, you know? It's a hard time. Okay. Kittytron says, gonna be honest, forgot to reread Rising Storm. I'm here for you. Don't you? Who is that? Kittytron? I've got you, dude. Don't worry. I've read it and we can discuss together. You don't need to have read it. Basically, let me tell you the brief little introduction. Oh, Bentley's in and out. Oh my God, really quick before we get into this. Actually, no, let's get into it. I'll yap later so that people watching now aren't getting chased away in the first 5 minutes. Okay, so in this book we have Gray Stripe. The spoilers for this whole book. It is tragic. Sunny, holy, I need a specific sound for Sunny. Sunny, here, we're gonna consult the soundboard to see what sound it gets for Sunny. That is so real. That is the soundboard knows what's up. Okay, so also every time there's like a super chat or anything like that, you're gonna get your custom soundboard prophecy. So be aware for that. That's gonna be annoying for Nolan because it is so fun. I love my soundboard. Okay, so basically spoilers for this book, but I feel like we know that by now. So in the last book, Gray Stripe had just smooched on Silverstream for the final time, and she perished. But in her perishing last moment, she gave kittens to life and gave birth to Feather Kit and Storm Kit, which I don't think we know the name until like later in this book. But anyway, so Gray Stripe is like, wait, I am going to go and I'm going to go to RiverClan and be with my children, and also that directly after that, Fireheart was made deputy, Tiger Claw was kicked out of camp. Everybody was having, it was a stressful time. There was so much happening, and it was very intense. Also, Fawny says you wait until no, Fawny, you've been here so much, and here, this is for you. Don't you worry. I've never forgotten you. I remember all your generosity. This is for you, Fawny. What does the soundboard say about you? Yay! The soundboard loves Fawny. Oh, that's so fantastic. Look at that. I love it. That's for you, Fawny. Okay, so, oh my god, Fur13 Official says, oh my god, Blixemi, you're my favorite YouTuber, and so happy to be on live with you. It's my actual dream. Fur, darn it. That's for you, Fur. I've got such love. I've got big emotions. Okay, so yeah, so anyways, we're terrified, absolutely terrified about Tiger Claw coming and beating us up in the middle of the night and stealing our, I don't know what he could steal. What is the most intent? Car keys, I guess. So yeah, did you also know you're not supposed to put your car keys right at the front door just in case somebody breaks in and your car keys are right there? I didn't know that, but surprise. Just a little pro tip for me, I guess. But yes, okay, focus here. Okay, let's just jump into it. So that's that. So the prologue. Okay, so here I have a question for you guys. Right out the gate here on page 2, we're doing the prologue. We're talking about specifically. We're in ShadowClan right now, and they're having this moment of like Night Star. At this point, we know that it's no. Actually, I don't think we know at this point. But Night Star is very sick, and we are kind of working through that as a team. But listen to this. So the whole thing with Nightstar not getting his thing, in my opinion, it is a way to get Tiger, again, spoiler alert for this entire book, and to get Tiger Star into a leadership position. So, which I guess makes sense. But in any case, so the medicine cat, I believe, is running nose at this moment, but I could be wrong. Okay, so they get a prophecy. This is what he gets. So basically, so like Nightstar is like actively dying at this point. Okay, so the leader, in the shadows, the leader drew in a long, steady breath. Hope leaped like a fish in the medicine cat's heart. StarClan was with them after all. Blah 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 blah. So now he gets a prophecy. As he narrowed his eyes against the shaft of starlight, he heard spirit voices murmuring deep inside of his head. They whispered of glorious battles to come, of new territories, and of a great clan rising from the ashes of old. The medicine cat felt joy surge in his chest and pulsate through his paws. This star carried much more message than just survival. Much more than a message of survival. Can't read. I'll get better at it as I wake up. But so he's getting this very positive message of like how their clan is like going to like win all these battles and victories and like come to this thing. But then they get to this through all of this like shenanigans, like of Tiger Claw's kind of like, well, Tiger Star, I suppose. But like so much bad happens. So it's like, I'm just curious, is if it's StarClan who is giving them their, this prophecy. I don't fully understand, because it's like, but you know what I love about StarClan in Arc 1, and I wish they stuck with it, is how mysterious and how confusing they are. I hate in other books, I wish that StarClan was like way not as involved as much as they were in this. The only cat that we really talk with is Spotted Leaf, but I would like to think that Spotted Leaf isn't really a messenger of StarClan, but she herself is like unfinished business. And I wish that StarClan never actually had a face. I wish real characters weren't in there. I wish they didn't have names. I wish we didn't see from them. Because not only does it take away like any sort of like death, like consequences, like, you know, in this book, Silverstream passes away and we're like, oh my god, like she's gone. And, you know, all these cats perish, and in the leader ceremony that's different, but like there's consequences. And when they come back as like ghosts in like the next book and be like, hey, what's up, I'm still here, I'm just in the sky now, I don't know, it takes the power away. So I just wish that they had stuck with first arc StarClan, where it was just so cryptic and so like not involved. But I'd like to think that Spotted Leaf isn't StarClan. Spotted Leaf is like, wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool if, okay, I'm having an idea. So what if StarClan is like not super for, now my phone's going off, oh my god, so much is happening. What if StarClan wasn't a fan of Spotted Leaf's like what's the word I want? Like, not intrusion, like she's like getting involved in this and they're like, you shouldn't, but she's like, no, they need me. And what if she like wasn't actually part of StarClan and she was like kind of like going against their wills? And what if she was kicked out of StarClan for that? They're like, you shouldn't be, I can't think of the word, I'm blanking, like you shouldn't be involving yourself this much in it, because that would give her so much more intrigue. Because right now, what is her story, like what is her personality? Oh, she's just a star. I don't know, I think it would be so cool if she was just a different kind of thing, because I don't know, StarClan being so involved in it just takes away any, like, okay, no, I don't want to give spoilers for crazy future books, but Blix, can you get Austin? Austin's sleeping. He's a sleepy guy. It's fairly early here, so hopefully he can't hear me. I think he's in the bedroom having a little snooze. He deserves it. He works hard, and he deserves to hear me yapping back. But that's why she can go to SkyClan's StarClan. Oh man, it's being okay. Well, okay, sorry, I'm off of it. But I don't know. Basically, I come back and all the way to it to say it makes no sense that StarClan would give this. We're 2 pages in and I'm already going off. That's fine. It makes no sense that it would be this prophecy given to to ShadowClan. Like, who is telling them this of like, you are like, there's this big success coming? Because like, wouldn't StarClan be like, oh, but actually it's coming on the backs of like blood and terror and all of these terrible things? Like, but no, and they make such a point of saying like it is a positive thing. The voices are whispering of victory. Hold on, let me read it one more time. They whispered of glorious battles to come, of new territories, and of a greater clan rising from the ashes of old. Unless they didn't plan this, because the book afterwards, the like second arc wasn't planned. But what if that was actually, they were talking about the new prophecy and they just got the prophecy really early? That would be funny. Okay, so yes, so that was my first question. But yeah, I don't know who would have shown ShadowClan this. Maybe Broken Star, but I don't know. Okay, so the next thing. Okay, so page 10, I kind of like, why am I saying this? I like the sassy Cloud. Oh, yes. Okay, at the beginning, I forgot about this. Okay, so at the beginning, I was like, oh my god, Cloudpaw is so, like, I love how he's kind of, like, against the grain, and he's like, yeah, Fireheart, you're stinky, like, you know, I'm not gonna listen to you, I'm just, like, a turd, but then he gets actually so obnoxious. And I'm like, okay, I no longer like his sassy attitude. Elizabeth says, it would be incredibly interesting for there to be maybe a third option rather than the Dark Forest and StarClan. Maybe more of a messenger area. Then you go to heaven and can't even relax. Rather than you go to heaven and can't relax. Ooh, like what if like unfinished business or like something. Oh, I like that. Because I don't know. And I will forever stand on I don't like StarClan being as involved. But also I'm also in the camp of I don't love the cats having powers and stuff like that. I don't know, but that's neither here nor there. We'll get to it when we're in the second arc. It's 11:22 a.m. here, so it's early-ish, kind of. But, yeah, we were up late last night. Okay. All right. Not Blixemi haunting Fireheart for the first... You know what? I was such a Fireheart hater in the first book. It does lessen. It lessens up in this book. I don't have such a strong hate for him. My hate has moved over to Cloudpaw, unfortunately. Or fortunately, we'll never know. Yes. Okay, so On page 10, why did I... Okay. Oh, yeah, I thought it was... Okay, so Cloudpaw's being a turd, and he's like, he's basically saying, like, Firestar is like... Or Fireheart, sorry, I'm gonna do that over and over. Fireheart is basically like, punk, you have to listen to me. Stop, who said that? Who? I saw that go by so fast. Which one of you was that? Hold on. You said Kardashians, and that sent me. Who was that? Oh, no, where is it? Oh, no, it's gone. No, whoever said that, that was very good. Dang it. Like, oh, it's gone. Apologies. But yeah, freaking Cloudpaw in this. I don't know, like, but you know what? I like it. So here's the thing. I didn't like Fireheart being such a turd in the first 3 books. And yet Cloudpaw is even more of a turd in this book, but I somehow am not as frustrated because he at least is unapologetically a turd. He does not try and pretend he's doing it for the good of things. He's just selfish and he's just a jerk. Oh, Moonlight Bloom. Oh, I don't know. I wish I knew who said it. It just went by so fast. But like at least Cloudpaw isn't trying to like hide it. Like he's like, oh no, I can be a warrior and I can be like having my paw in both worlds. You're kind of dumb, Fireheart. But like Fireheart, whenever he's like breaking the rules, he's like trying to justify it. Whereas Cloudtail's like, nah, I know what I'm doing. But he's annoying, very annoying, like obnoxious. At the end, I'm like, oh my god, you are so annoying. But at least he's not being like high and mighty about it. But so he's being a little turd. And then Fireheart calls him right out. Listen to this. He says, Cloudpaw, come back. Fireheart yowled furiously. Then he shook his head. Let Tiger Claw have the young mouse-brained idiot, he muttered to himself. I don't know why when I was reading that was like earlier this week, I was laughing. I'm like, that's so intense. That is so like rude, but so funny because it's so real. And he does have the little brother, like, you little actual menace. I'm going to give you a noogie. You. So, yes, he's like a little annoying cousin at a family reunion. So true, so real. Jonathan says, hey, Blix, how's my baby Ratshade doing? Can I have a confession? I don't know where FlipClan went. The file is gone, and I'm so afraid. I'm gonna find it, but I think it's gonna be an older file. I've been playing, okay, sorry, just real big aside. I've been streaming ClanGen over on TikTok, and that has been a lot of fun, and it is wild. And it's more like fast, and I'm not keeping as much control as like the actual edited videos, but so if you do want to watch them, I'm over on TikTok as well. I was trying to be on TikTok here, on today, but it didn't really work. I'm gonna hopefully find FlipClan, but we might have to go backwards in time. I know. I've been so hesitant to say it because I'm so scared. So I can find it, but we might have to go a little backwards, but we'll see. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we so get to it. Okay, so the next thing. Okay, so page... What? No. Okay, what am I saying? Page 12. Okay, yeah, so we discovered that... so Yellowpelt is now pregnant, and now, forgive me, I cannot for the life of me remember who in the world her children are. Is that Sorrel Kit? Because I think she has three babies down the line, but I can't really... Oh no, I know, guys. Oh, everybody's sad about... Oh no, here we need another. I'm sorry. FlipClan, I'll find it, but like I said, it might be an older file. What do you think? We'll find it, but I switched things around and it was just a lot. I'm so sorry. I know, I knew I was gonna disappoint. I'm sorry, guys. Oh no. We'll find it. If anything, we can maybe custom make it again, or at least try to. Okay. Yeah, so Yellowpelt is pregnant and she has babies, but I can't remember, like, it talks about it later, but I was like trying to think. I'm like, oh god, I don't know. I have no concept of these cats. So it is Yellowpelt, and what is fascinating too is they are so not like the only person who really is like noted to... Okay, we'll get to that. I'm jumping the gun so much. But Sunnyfall. Oh, Sunny always... I need Sunnyfall coming in for the win. That's no, hang on. No. You don't get the chicken music. That is not a chicken music moment. Sorreltail, Sootfur, and Rain Whisker and are White Storm and Yellowpelt's kits. Okay, see, Sunny's such a real one. But was like often they don't even make a point of saying who the father is. Iggy, are you gonna be a little naughty? Are you gonna be naughty, little kitty? Hey, psst, psst, psst. She wants to bother Goop. Come here, you. Come sit. You come up. Okay, we got Iggy coming. She'll give us some eggs some more. Come on, you. Oh my goodness, taking her sweet time. Are you coming up? Okay, she is like doing this thing where she's half up, half down. Come on, you. Come sit. We're talking about cats. This is all for you. Come here, baby. She's shaking her little tail like a little squirrel. Come here, you. Come in. Come jump up. Come on. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. We had to really... Okay, here, I'll flip you around. Oh, Iggy. Oh, there we go. Hi, you. Hi. She was my reading buddy this morning, sitting with me. Okay, are you all cuddled in? You're gonna get all comfy? Okay, very good. Are you purring? You wanna give him some egg some more? Let's try for some egg some more, shall we? Oh. I don't know if you could hear it. There we go. Okay, yes. Cuddle on in here. Put you under the blanket. Be nice and warm. Okay, we got a little stinky monkey cat here. Monkey cat, because she's just crazy. She just climbs all over the furniture, swings around on the vines like a little monkey. So, okay. Okay. Sorry, yeah, I kind of gave I am that cringe person who will talk in a baby voice, and I'm fine with that. Okay, so let's get back to it. Sorry. Eggy Samar, little stinky Eggy Samar. Okay, so yes. Also, okay, so they use the term, okay, now this is, I'm gonna butcher it. It's page 12 here. Where's my page? Page 17. No, that's not it. I think it's this one. Perfect. So they use the word, if I can find it. Hello? I've written it down, but where has it gone? I swear it was on this page. Huh? Okay, well, in any case, I can't find exactly where it was. But it's, I'm gonna butcher this word. Queruleus? Hold on, let's see if I can find it on here. Oops. Q-U... Nope. Q-U-E-R... Okay, there it is. I don't know. Is it showing on the screen? It's not. Hold on, let me scroll up a little bit. There we are. As Fireheart padded silently across the baked earth, Darkstripe... What is that? Querulous? So I'm assuming it means questioning meow, but I don't think I've ever heard that really word been used before. And I was like, what a nice word. I love it when, like, words come up. And I'm like, oh, that tickles my brain just right. So querulous, because I'm assuming it means like a query or something like that, a question. But I was like, oh, dang. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting. Okay, the other thing is, I like at the beginning, Fireheart is really struggling with his deputyship. He's fighting for his life out here, but he's not just like struggling in terms of like having them do things, but he's like forgetting very important kind of like things that they're like, oh, you should know that, but like think of how intense he is having right now. First of all, he's dealing with the whole thing with Blue Star and trying to make sure that she's okay. He's jumping into this deputy position that nobody thinks that he can do. Well, not nobody, but so many people doubt him. But he's making mistakes. Like he's trying to put people on patrols that like are out and they're like, oh, I should know this, and he's like frustrated with himself because he's like, I'm making bonehead mistakes that I should know. Also, Moonlight Bloom, oh my god, Moonlight Bloom, you goat. They put oh gosh, here, I'm gonna mess up. Oh, maybe this is not, maybe I'm wrong. Oh dude, look at that. Okay, so I thought it was questioning, but no, it sounds like complaining in a petulant or whining manner. She became querulous and demanding. Okay, interesting. Okay, look at that. Which makes sense. Darkstripe is a little turd. Darkstripe's querulous meow. Okay, are you gonna... Okay, Eggy's gone. Sounded above the voices. Oh, see, and I thought it was because of my mouse. Voices. So, who's going to lead the patrol at Sun High? Okay, that makes sense. He's being annoying. Okay, let's see. Let's do the next one. Oh yeah, so Fireheart is like just struggling for and I just thought it was nice. Also, Sandstorm becomes such a real one in this book, and I love her so much. And finally, Fireheart's not being such a turd with her. Like, he's being Fireheart, or Garlic Star's querulous. Honest to God, that man. We need, I need a fart sound effect. I don't have it on here. What can I have? I guess the closest thing is, nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay, actually, soundboard, give us your thoughts on querulous. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Iggy, are you being annoying? Oh no, she's being annoying. Poor Goob. No, no. Okay, she's bothering Goob. Poor Goob. Okay, Sandstorm steps up so much in this book, and he's actually so much nicer with her, and I love her so much in this book. And I think my Fireheart hate, somebody called me out, and I think it's so funny. But Iggy, come on. Oh my, she's like the younger sibling to Goob. Poor Bentley. She just wants to lay on her bed, and Iggy wants to cuddle, and Goob will have no part of it. Okay, let's see. Dylan says, "Oh, you just Dylan, you just hanging out, dude. I just love hanging out with you guys selfishly. So, dude, you just be here. That is perfect. Or just hang out, or just be you. That is perfect. That is perfect enough, my friend." Okay, so here's my other question. I'm constantly complaining about the timeline of these books, and I couldn't even tell you why. So they make a note. I was specifically thinking about the timing, and then the book said, "Here, let me save you, baby," because they specifically give me a timeline, and they said Tigerclaw left a quarter moon ago, but then they just said that so a quarter moon is a week, I think. I'm pretty sure, and they say Willowpelt is all about to pop. Like, her baby's out, like she's very heavily pregnant, but she was not said to be pregnant at all, I don't think. But so, like, how long are cats' gestation periods? It can't be that long. Like, let me have a quick Google. Let's see, how long are cats' gestation periods? 65 days, so 2 months, averaging 63 to 65 days. It can be divided into approximately 3 trimesters or 20 days each. But again, I don't know why I'm always so stuck on this, because it really doesn't matter. And yet, okay, that's fine. Okay, let's see what else we have. Small ear, listen to this. Okay, listen to this. Small ear. Oh, I didn't even put the page. I think it's on page 17 here. Do you care that I go back through all the pages? I write them all down because I have many thoughts. Let's see. Okay, here, let's see. I'm actually really close to this page. I'm going to try and have it on the... in my mouse. Oh, jeepers. I'm going to kind of go up. I think it says page 17, but I don't actually know. I don't think it matches onto this. Dang it. Because it says 17, but it says 21 on here. Okay, hold on. So it says... Okay, here it is. Small ear. Okay, you're not still... No, where are we? I think we're up a little bit. Oh yeah, here we are. Here we are. It's my ears that don't work as well as they used to, not my mind. She went on, "I don't think StarClan would punish us just because blue, blah, 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 blah." Oh, no, it's farther up. But in any case, so Small Ear's just being sassy about Fireheart not getting a name fast enough, and they bring that up. And I don't think they ever really bring that up too much going forward. Small Ear can't hear you. His ears are too small. Is Small Ear a girl or a guy? Wait, Small Ear, who knows? We'll never know. Okay, I think I had more on that, but I can't remember what it was, so we'll continue on. Okay, so finally Bramblekit gets his name, and oh god, I'm writing an actual, like, person with their eyes closed when I write in this damn book. If you saw my writing, you guys would be like, what is happening? Bramblekit is named, and instantly Fireheart is on edge, and I think it's so funny that he just is constantly, like, and I'm trying to read into it, of, like, if you are being constantly harassed by someone and somebody's, like, whispering into your ears and whispering over your shoulders, like, I'm gonna kill you, like, I'm going to, like, find you, everybody you love is, like, in danger, like, just, he's so, like, Tigerclaw is who I'm talking about, he's so, like, bent on making sure that Fireheart is on edge, and has tormented him for so long. So it's like, it's hard to blame Fireheart for seeing this, like, identical copy of Tigerclaw is what I meant. Seeing Bramblekit and not being on edge, because if it's like the exact carbon copy of this guy, it would put you on edge. But it's also like, I find it so fascinating throughout this book, even though Bramblekit is named here this early, going forward, he only ever refers to him as Tigerclaw's Kit, Tiger Claw's son. And I think that's so interesting. And I don't think he ever says Tawny Pelt's name. Tawny Kit at this time. You got the description right this time, Blix, you silly. I know, I made sure. I specifically stopped. I'm like, okay, I gotta make sure that is right, because I messed up last time. Okay, so, and also, they call Tawny Pelt, Kit, jeepers, Tawny Kit, Pale Ginger Kit. And I'm like, was she originally, did they switch her design? Because, like, I was convinced that she was, like, calico, no? Like, but maybe not. But they could have just maybe as a baby they kind of change. But where are we here? Page 19. Oh yes, oh yes. And then I love that Golden Flower calls him right the hell out. I love it. Okay, so here. Oh my goodness, somebody's at my door. Crazy. Let's see. Your ... Kits look healthy, he stammered, but his fur prickled as the dark tabby Kit stared at him with unblinking amber eyes, the image of Tiger Claw's menacing glare. And then he goes on, and he's basically just like unnerved. He's just like, oh gosh, so scary. And then Golden Flower, she just like clocks him so easy, and I think it was just like, yes, Golden Flower, get him. Golden Flower leaned down and licked each Kit on the head, then patted towards Fireheart. I understand how you feel, she meowed quietly. Your eyes have always betrayed your heart, but these are my Kits, and I will die to protect them if I have to. I'm afraid for them, Fireheart, she went on. The clan will never forgive Tiger Claw, nor should they. But Bramblekit and Tawny Kit have done nothing wrong, and I will not let them be punished because of Tiger Claw. I'm not even going to tell them who their father was, just that he was a brave and powerful warrior. And I'm like, hell yes, girl. Dude, I love that. And then Fireheart felt a pang of sympathy for the troubled queen. They will be safe here, he promised, but the amber eyes of Bramblekit still made his paws prickle with unease as Golden Flower turned away. And I'm like, that is so, and so many times, and I get that we're dealing with a very complicated situation in that this man has traumatized Fireheart since day one. So, of course, he's going to have some big complicated feelings, but it's just interesting that he never says, like, he constantly refers to him as Tiger Claw's son, but never does he comment of Golden Flower's son, you know? But it does make sense, because, I mean, he's going through a lot. It's not a regular situation, and normally my Fireheart disdain would cloud my judgment, but this time I do kind of understand it. And he does have these moments where he looks at this Kit and he has this moment of like, oh my god, but it's what he does after, like that initial panic of like, oh my god, Tiger Claw, but then he stops, rewinds, and goes, but that is just a baby, like that is not him, and he corrects those behaviors, and I think that is far more important than that initial thought, because he's dealing with a lot, he has a lot of trauma with it, he's got a lot of emotional baggage, so it makes sense that his initial thought is fear. So I don't know, to me I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Evil scientist alien says, help, I was scrolling through Stray Kids short, I didn't know you were alive. Jump scare. I come when you least expect it. Here I am, boys. I'm live, ready to party. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. I thought it was interesting. Yeah, Tiger Claw has Golden Flower proper brainwashed. And see, here's the thing. I don't know if Golden Flower ever really loved him. She says straight up, like, the clan should not forgive Tiger Claw. Tiger Claw is evil, but these little guys have nothing to do with him. And never does she speak positively about them. In fact, even when she has, like, they don't have a moment where they are in love, is from what I saw. But mind you, in this first arc, the fathers like don't always have interaction with the babies, so I don't know. Okay, so page 24, Blue Star is like, okay, so Fireheart goes up to Blue Star and he's like, okay, I think it's, what is it, Brindleface? I think page 24, where am I think Brindleface, Fern Kit and Ash Kit are ready to be apprentices essentially. And he's like, he goes up to Blue Star and he's like, okay, they're about ready to be apprentices. Who's going to be their mentors? And Blue Star's like, I don't care, you pick, essentially. And he's like, oh my god. Because he says here, let's see if I can get to it. Wow, where's my mouse? Oh, what's this? Firestar donated $1.99 through Super Chat. Take my money, you wonderful Betty. Fireheart, I'm tucking my hair behind my ears. You shouldn't have. That is so sweet, buddy. Dude, thank you. Okay, we need, this is a soundboard. This is for Fireheart. Soundboard, give us a prophecy for Fireheart's beautiful donation. Send us to us. This is your message, Firestar. You get no wooga. After you called me a baddie, you got an awooga. That's actually so funny. Dude, thank you, Fire. Can we have fire emojis? I would love that. Let's call Firestar out for being just a goat. Send us the little fire emojis, please. I'm begging. But yes, okay. So what am I saying here? Oh yeah, so she's like, choose the mentors. And you know what? Here's the thing. I think I agree with Firestar's or Fireheart's choices on the mentors, because he does make a valid point for it of like who to pick. And I'm like, oh, I remember reading it being frustrated, but it does make a lot of sense. Hell yeah, there they are. There they are, dude. There they come. That's for you, Firestar. We're a big fan. Fire goat. Oh, heck yeah. Okay, so let's see. Okay, page 27. Oh yeah, so Fireheart makes a point of being like, now that Gray Stripe's gone, Cinderpelt is his closest friend. I'm like, what about Yellowfang? Like, I remember, like, reading back on these, I'm like, Fireheart is actually not as close to Yellowfang as I remember. But like, going back, I always thought that they were so close, but honestly, they really weren't. After the first book, they don't super interact a lot. So I was like, I don't know. I just thought they had a different relationship. Very sweet, but yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I thought that they had a bigger bond than they did, and they just didn't. But that's okay. That's okay. But it just kind of shocked me. So Cinderpelt is his like closest friend, which does make sense. But I'm also like, I feel like he was like with Brackenpaw more. Don't get me wrong. I love Cinderpelt, and Cinderpelt is like definitely goated as heck. Okay, so page 30. I love that despite everything, Cinderpelt is so torn up from losing Silverstream, because it's like her first major one where she's lost someone. So I love that, like, it's not brushed under the rug, and it's not overtly like saying, she's not moping around being like, oh, constantly like, oh, I lost her, which is valid of a response, but it's not like, I don't know. It's not like she's like, oh, I'm making mistakes because of Silverstream. It's not that. It's they're doing these subtle little things of being like, oh, she's mixing the wrong herbs. She's making mistakes that she never made before. She's like cloudy headed or cloudy minded. All these things. But then Fireheart's the one that's like, oh, I wonder if she's still bothered about Silverstream. And I like the subtlety of that. So I was like, okay, I really like that. And Fireheart calls it out, in not a bad way, in just like a like, I recognize this, I see you kind of way. I don't think I've got what it takes to be a medicine cat, Cinderpelt sighed. I thought I was doing the right thing, becoming Yellowfang's apprentice, but it's no good. I just can't learn everything that I need to know. Fireheart crouched down until his eyes were level with Cinderpelt's. This is about Silverstream, isn't it? He meowed fiercely. He remembered the day at Sunning Rocks when Greystripe's RiverClan queen had given birth before her time. Cinderpelt desperately tried to save her, but Silverstream had lost too much blood. Then they go on more, but Cinderpelt didn't reply. Fireheart knew he was right. You saved her kits, but I lost her. And I'm just like, I don't know. It's just the subtle way that they're showing that it's lingering in the back of her mind, and she's making these tiny mistakes just because of that doubt. I love it. And that goes into the book further, because put a little pin in that. Because I don't know. I just really liked it. It just felt so real, and it wasn't like, she wasn't like over the top, like, like, I don't know. I felt that they did it very well. Okay. Let's see. Every once in a while I hear Hollyleaf on these streams. I just started. Oh my god, a sneaky Hollyleaf in the background. I don't know where she is. She's hiding. She's hiding behind us. Everybody run. Oh, I love Hollyleaf. Let's be so real. I loved Hollyleaf as a kid. Justice for Hollyleaf. Okay, we're getting way ahead of the books. That's like 3 arcs away. 2 arcs away, I suppose. Okay, so page 31, I'm laughing that Cinderpelt is clocking Fireheart, but why? I can't remember. Okay, yeah. So this is what I was talking about. They're talking about the whole thing of Tiger Claw, like Fireheart seeing Tiger Claw in Bramblekit. So I'll read this to you. Okay, her eyes flashed with curiosity. This is Cinderpelt. What did you want to talk to me about today? Hello, didn't I threw in words that weren't there. What did you want to talk to me about? Tiger Claw's kits. Fireheart felt the bleakness seep into his belly again, especially Bramblekit. So he uses his name there, so that's good. Because he looks like his father. Fireheart winced. Were his feelings that easy to read? I know I shouldn't judge him. He's just a kit. But when I saw him, it was as if Tiger Claw were looking at me. I couldn't move. He shook his head slowly, ashamed of his admission, but glad of the chance to confide in his friend. I don't know if I'll ever be able to trust him. Which is like, I like that. I like that he's calling it out. And I don't know. Normally I'm like, Fireheart, blah, 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 blah. And I'm so frustrated with him in the other books because he was so high and mighty, but mind you, he was a lot younger. So I don't know. I'm learning about myself as we're doing this. But so like, I don't know. Am I speaking too fast? People are saying talk. Okay, sorry, I can slow down. Sorry, I know I get a little ahead of myself. Here, I will slow down and be more aware of my words. I apologize. But I do like how Firestar is aware and being like, I am having these thoughts and these thoughts are giving me guilt. And he's not trying to just push him away. He's not, because Cinderpelt then shortly after says, but you must look beyond the color of his pelt and try to see the cat inside. Remember, he's not just Tiger Claw's kit. There's some of Golden Flower in him too. And he will never know his father. It will be the clan that raises him. She added. And then I'm like, this is exactly where we are. Like, because I'm like, hell yes, dude. And sorry, we're talking about Fireheart kind of feeling uneasy around Bramblekit because he looks so much like Tiger Claw. But this is where Cinderpelt's like, dang, this is it. She added, you of all cats should know that you can't judge someone by the circumstances of their birth. And yeah, I don't know. I was like, damn, yeah, you're so right. But again, like, you know, Fireheart never once says, oh, I'm not like that. I would never judge him. He like actively looks at the situation and is like, yeah, I'm having these thoughts and I'm guilty about them. So that's why I don't feel as bad. Like, I don't feel as like antagonistic towards Fireheart in this book because he's like recognizing these things and that's all I want. Like, don't. But mind you, he was so young in the other book. I don't know. I'm starting to like feel bad about my Fireheart hate, but I don't know. Brett, I need to go to bed. I stayed up so late, so I'll just sleep with this in my ear. Okay, I can't do big, scary soundboard effects. Well, here, soundboard. We have to lull Brett to sleep. This is your bedtime lullaby from the soundboard. There you go. Have a good sleep. There we are. Okay. Let's see who else we have. Okay, so... Oh, yes. Okay, page 35. We see the... mentors that Fireheart picks. Page 35. Oh, I've closed the book. Why did I do that? Okay, coming back. There we are. Firestar. Oh my god, Firestar. This means so much coming from you. Blixemi, thank you so much. You've been a cure to my depression era. You are the era. You're the goat. Dude, I just love talking with you guys about the cats. Thank you for being here and hanging out, guys. I love this. Thank you for indulging me on these weekends. Also, let me have a little sip of my drink. Okay. See, okay, so Fireheart picks the mentors, and he initially picks. Okay, so Cinderpelt says, which of? Okay, hold on. Okay, she asked me to choose the mentors. Okay, blah 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 blah. You should be flattered. Maybe. Okay, so Cinderpelt said, "You must have some idea." Cinderpelt prompted him. Not a clue. Cinderpelt frowned thoughtfully. Well, how did you feel when I was named your apprentice? Fireheart was caught off guard by the question. Proud and scared and desperate to prove myself, he replied slowly. Which one of the warriors do you think wants to prove himself most? Cinderpelt mewed. I'm like, that is okay. Okay, yeah. And then instantly goes, Dustpelt. Because Dustpelt was like one of Tiger Claw's followers, but he like made, of all of them, I think one of the strongest points of like, no, I do not agree with what you're doing. Like, I think like Dark Stripe was the one who's like, Longtail was pretty strong and like, no, I'm not gonna follow you, but he was scared. But Dustpelt like was like, no, absolutely not. Like, I do not agree with what you did. I do not follow you. I do not stand for anything that you stand for. So I don't know. So I think that was a really good call. And then he was like, he said right after, where is it? Okay, so he's proving his loyalty, which I think was a really good choice, and that was for. Dustpelt went, Ashfur, I think, was Dustpelt's apprentice. And then what about the other Cinderpelt? the other what? Yellowfang's rasping mew sounded from the fern tunnel. And this is where I'm like, Yellowfang. Because Fireheart's like, oh, it should be Sandstorm. Like, it's kind of crappy that, like, Sandstorm, or Dustpelt gets an apprentice, but Sandstorm doesn't. And I was like, yeah, that is kind of, but then Yellowfang pipes in. Is it wise? Hold on, where is it? She's all mad. She's, like, mad that Cinderpelt's helping, but that's neither here nor there. And then Yellowfang says, do you think it would be wise to have 2 inexperienced mentors at the same time? Yellowfang pointed out. Yellowfang, how about you kiss my butt? Because Graystripe and Fireheart were both made mentors at the exact same time. So I'm like, what is that about? But I guess maybe this, mind you, hang on, I'm talking myself out of it. Because I guess they're in kind of a really sticky position in the clan with everything kind of being so, like, wishy-washy with Tiger Claw and everything being up in the air. So maybe. So... is there a more experienced ThunderClan warrior who doesn't have an apprentice? Yellowfang pressed him. Darkstripe, Fireheart thought reluctantly. Every cat knew that Darkstripe had been one of Tigerclaw's closest friends. Blah, 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 blah. So he picks Darkstripe, which, like, I kind of get. And so Darkstripe is Fernpaw's mentor and Dustpelt. I don't know. Like, I get it. But at the same time, I am like, oh, and that does end up with some sticky feelings later on. Why are we saying E? Oh, this, welcome, I just joined. We got a lot of buddies here. Welcome. So, wait, hang on. No, I think I missed it. Why are we saying E? No, wait, hang on. No. What is happening? Guys, you can't have an inside joke without me, please. I don't know why we're saying E. Oh, no. I have no idea. Okay. Strawberry says, oh, for Eggy? Listening Blixemi app is how I get to sleep. Dude, that is so real. That's Austin every night. I'm like, talk to me. I want to talk. And he's like falling asleep. Okay. Okay, let's see now. Okay. Okay, page 44. I'm like saying that I was like, yeah, Cloudpaw is so funny and he's a brat, but now I'm like frustrated with him. Page 44, where are we? 44. Okay. I don't think it's anything. I think I'm just frustrated at him. Oh, it's really nothing that exciting. I think it was just him just showing that he's kind of being a turd again. Okay, so next page I have... Oh my god. What is our... I have so many pages. Okay, so here we are. Page 46. Where are we? Sorry. Okay. Page 46. Okay, so Fireheart has a dream. And it's so funny because yes, I am seeing this. The only thing is just watch for spam with the E. And not to be, oh my god, what a buzzkill, Jaden. Hold on. I need a hold on. A buzz here. Huh? No. Okay, I can't find anyone. I was gonna have a fart sound for me being a stick in the mud. But do watch for spam, just because we're having a nice little chit chat, and I don't want to get that lost in the sea of E's. Okay, so Fireheart has a dream, and he's trying to chase after he's trying to chase after Spotted Leaf, and it's so funny because in his dream the entire clan is like doing their very best to stop him from simping, and it is so funny because listen to this. Soft paws patted through Fireheart's dream that night. A tortoiseshell she-cat emerged from the forest beside him, her amber eyes glowing. Fireheart gazed at Spotted Leaf and felt a familiar ache in his heart. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. We won't read it all because that's unnecessary. Instead, she turned from him and walked away. Surprised, Fireheart began to follow, breaking into a run to chase the dappled cat through the woods. He called out to her, but even though her pace hadn't seemed to quicken, she stayed ahead of him, deaf to his cries. Okay, so she's like running and he's like following her, sorry. And it's so funny because as he's following her, without warning, a dark gray shape loomed out from behind a tree. It was Bluestar, and the eyes of the ThunderClan leader were wide with fear. Fireheart swerved to avoid her, desperately trying to keep Spotted Leaf in sight. But then Cloudpaw leaped at him from the ferns that lined the other side of the path, knocking him over. Lying winded for a moment, Fireheart could feel Whitestorm's eyes burning through his fur. And Fireheart scrambled to his paws to race after Spotted Leaf once more. Blah, 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 blah. Now the rest of ThunderClan had gathered along Fireheart's path. As he dodged and wove through them, they called out to him. He couldn't make out their words, but their voices formed a deafening chorus of meows, questioning, criticizing, begging for help. The meows grew louder and louder until they drowned out his own cry, so that even if she were listening, Spotted Leaf could not have heard. And I just think it's so funny that he's like trying to go, and everybody's like, Fireheart, stop! You cannot simp, stop! And it was a dream, but I just did think it was the imagery of everybody like holding him back, like stop. Oh no, Hawkfire, no, don't apologize, buddy. This is okay. Yes. So I did think that was funny. Okay, yeah. So and then instantly after that, after his dream, Fireheart says this. And I'm like, bro, and we didn't clock that this was weird? No, he does not. Okay, so on page 47, he says... Oh, yeah. Fireheart shook his head to clear his mind. The dream had frightened him. Spotted Leaf had always been closer to him in dreams than she had even in real life. Her behavior last night stung like the bite of an adder. Was this gentle medicine cat abandoning him? He's not like, like she's always been more close to him in his dreams. So I guess it's different because like dreams mean different things in Warriors, but I just thought it was funny of like, okay, so you are literally looking at us and being like, yes, in real life we did not have this relationship, but in my dreams that night I've dreamt that we are close, and it's weird. I don't know, I just thought that was interesting. Okay, so Blue Star just gasses up Fireheart. Listen to this. Okay, where are we? Backing up. Oh, I'm way far ahead. Okay, there's my sticky note. Okay, listen to this. Okay, so, you were a fast learner. I chose well when I invited you into my clan, Blue Star murmured. She looked back over her shoulder at Fireheart, and he saw pride in her eyes. He blinked gratefully at her. I don't know actually what they're doing. I think they're going to a gathering, but I'm not sure. They might actually just be talking. All the clans have much to thank you for, Blue Star continued. You drove out Broken Tail out of ShadowClan, brought WindClan home from exile, helped RiverClan when they were flooded, and saved ThunderClan from Tiger Claw. Just gassing the boy up. I just thought that was funny. Okay. And then on page 69... what is this? Okay, so Blue Star and Fireheart try to go to Moonstone to talk to StarClan, because Blue Star's like having big feelings. She's like, I don't know what to do. Like I'm feeling disconnected from StarClan, blah 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 blah. And they get turned away by WindClan, because WindClan was like, oh, you thought you were gonna go? No, I don't think so. Get your butt back there. And they like stop them and they turn them back, and they are forced to go home. And so they're like all frustrated, and they tried everything, but they eventually go home. And Dustpelt comes up to Fireheart, and he says, "You're back early," meowed the tabby warrior. He circled Fireheart as Ashpaw stood. Whoa, put a pin in that. Twisted Bush donated $5 through Super Chat. Hi, Blix, loved your art since I was in 5th grade, and now I'm pursuing digital art. Oh my god, you have been a huge influence in my life. Also, my cat eats mine. Just a little side note. That is, oh my god, Twisted. Dude, oh my god. That is so sick that you're pursuing digital art. Oh my god, dude. Hold on. We need to ask the soundboard for your prophecy. Okay, here, Twisted, sweet Twisted. This is for you. The soundboard gives you... Oh, the soundboard gives you a dance party. They said, heck yeah, digital art. Dude, Twisted, thank you so much. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that you are pursuing something that you're passionate about. And I'm also happy to hear your cat eats mice. Oh my god, Iggy could never eat a mouse. Iggy, I love her dearly, but she could not even catch, I don't know, like a piece of fluff if it bounced right in front of her nose. She tries her best, but she, like me, is a little bit slow on the uptake of catching things. Okay. Non-existent. Hey, we know you saved our lives and helped us, but buzz off, you stinkers. That is exactly, literally exactly what WindClan says to them. They're like, enough out of you. But okay, so Dustpelt comes up to him, and remember, they like Fireheart and Blue Star had tried everything, and Dustpelt goes, "Did you tell them you were going to Highstones?" And I wrote, he literally told him, "Did you try to turn it off and turn it back on again? Like that's the first thing that they would have done, Dustpelt, you freaking ding dong. But I thought it was so funny because he's like, duh. He's like, dust belt. Oh my god, you're so dumb, but it's so funny because it's like, yes, of course they did. Oh, it's so funny. Okay, so they had another thing where Blue Star was like, okay, like she's terrified, which makes sense. A lot has been happening, but she makes like a point of being like, okay, like we need the camp to be protected, valid. And she goes, we need to have 3 warriors in camp at all times. And Fireheart goes, ooh, like we can't afford to have that many warriors in our camp. Like we need people hunting, we need people patrolling. Like there cannot be 3 warriors in the camp at the same time. And I just thought it was so funny because you fast forward in your mind to like the newest arc, and when do they not have at least like 10 warriors in the camp just chilling, like always? And it's just so funny that it just shows how small the clans are compared to the newer books, because like 3 would not even be like weird in the new books. So I thought it was funny. Why the ad? I've switched it back onto the original setting that I had it so that ads just go on low frequency, because I had it for every X amount of minutes, but then it was lying and it was just sending them all the time. So I just set it to the default of original. So every once in a while an ad will play, but it should be not super frequent. I've sent it to very low, so hopefully it'll continue to be low. Okay, so let's see what else we have. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, I just thought it was funny. Page 78. Sandstorm reaches out to support Fireheart and he smacks it down. I can't remember what happened there. Why did I write that down? 78. Can you hear me flipping my pages? That would be because of the overpopulation problem, says Gingerford. Totally, that's what I'm saying. And it's just so funny that like it's just not weird, but it's like a plot point in the book being like, no, we can't afford 3 warriors in there. And then in the new books, it's like, yeah, we can't afford to have like not 30 warriors in the camp at any given moment. Okay. Yeah, I think that is not important. I'm just saying that Sandstorm's reaching out to him. Okay, so on page 81, Fireheart, I'm like, you actual little turkey. Listen to this. So, oh, why is this? Oh, Firestar! Hey, Blix, Firestar's back with more money for you. I've been watching for years now, and thank you so much for noticing. Can you sing for me? I don't know how to sing. I've never sang in my life. La 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 la. I could not sing on live, I'm afraid, but I can do something better. I can give you a prophecy from StarClan via the soundboard. Are you ready, Firestar? This is for you. This is me singing for you. Ah! Okay, soundboard says... They give you a scream. That was the singing. We'll give you a second one. Oh no, a third one, because we can't. You get a car. It loves the car. Firestar, dude, thank you so much for your donation, guys. Seriously, truly. Guys, I do truly appreciate it. Thank you. And yes, more Firehearts. We must send them to our sweet baby Firestar. One more soundboard for you. You get another car. It loves the car. Oh, that's kind of messed up though, man. Okay, one more. Surely it won't do the car a third time. Okay, well, I have so many soundboards. Why are you picking Mwop and car? Seriously, there's like 20 in there. This darn thing. Okay, what am I saying here? Okay, so Fireheart, sorry, Firestar, we're kind of dunking on you right after, but listen to this in the book. Fireheart, this is what he says. I'm like, you're actually such a jerk. Like, they did not ask for you to help. I mean, I'm glad that you did, but listen to this. But he couldn't resist flexing his claws, still angry at the memory being, them, like, stopping them from going to them. Fireheart's angry at WindClan for not allowing them to go to Moonstone. To Fireheart's surprise, One Whisker blinked sympathetically at him, and then turned and walked away, leaving Mudclaw flicking his tail with annoyance. And then this is where I'm like, whoa, bro. It looked as if there was at least one WindClan warrior who remembered the old debt of loyalty to ThunderClan. I'm like, Fireheart, like, I don't know, to me that is just so, like, crappy of him to say. I'm like, bro, like, they don't owe you anything. Like, yes, it is very nice that you brought them home, and that is very kind of you. But, like, to then hold it over their head is so crappy. Like, I don't know. Don't love it. Oh my god, we're putting out the fire. Oh, Falcon, welcome to the stream, my friend. Okay, let's see now. Oh, Twixted. Oh, I like the name Twixted. I want to give the money. Also, do you have any tips on how to draw noses for cats? I've been struggling with that. Also, thank you so much for following me back on TikTok the other day. It was the highlight of my day. Oh, yeah. Okay, no, Twix. Okay, yeah. I'm so with it now. Buddy, first of all, we're soundboard for Twixted. Ready? This is from StarClan for Twix. No! Okay, no. Okay, we're doing one more. Oh, and Alex. Okay, hold on now.
Okay.
Okay, one more. You get a challenger accepted. Oh, dude, Twix, thank you. And for the nose, we'll put. You know, here's the thing. Do I have fire here? Let's see if I can do this. This is not at all what we need to be doing right now, and yet here I am going to do it anyways. Okay, I'm gonna face the wrong way for a half second. I promise I shouldn't be doing this. This is not the point of the stream. But where's my pen? Where the heck is my pen? There it is. And do I have? Can I possibly? Sorry, this is going to be kind of all out of control here. I need to do window capture. No. New source. Let's try this. Whoa, shoot. Darn it. Okay, hold on. One moment. No, that's not what I want. I'm fighting for my life out here. Hold on, one moment. Hold on. And then Alex, hold that thought for half a second, Alex. Window capture, new. Add source. And I need this to be fire alpaca. There we are. Okay, cool. We got it. Okay, so the way I draw noses, I'm facing the other way for a half second, so apologies. So it might be a little harder to hear me. My pen is not working. Oh my god, I should not have done this. Okay, Huion. I got a new tablet, so I'm all messed up. Okay, digital pen, no pen display. Goodness gracious. Okay, there we are. Okay, so for my noses, it's not that exciting. Literally, what I tend to do, oh my god, I'm a hot mess here. Oh, that is gigantic. Oh, jeepers creepers. Okay, so it's literally not that exciting. It's literally just a triangle. So I guess I could have just explained this, and then I just kind of go underneath, and then I'll take away that, and then yeah, and then it's honestly, yeah, just a triangle, and then depending on what you're, so say if you're doing this, just like this, and then a little curve at the bottom, and then you just like go up and you can do that. So I know that's not at all helpful, but honestly, even if you just do like if you see a little cat nose, it is very just triangular. So as long as you just do a little upside down triangle, and then a little smile, a little mouth, yahoo, and so that's a very scary picture, but yeah, so that's how I know, not a super great tutorial, but since you asked, there it is, my friend. Hold on, let me get rid of this fire alpaca now. But, and also, okay, so that was for you, Twixted. Thank you so much. And then also, Alex sent one, and Alex said, I got paid yesterday. Take me money, Alex. Okay, Alex, hold on. Let me send you a message from the soundboard. This is for you, Alex. Are you ready? Everybody hold your breath. Let's send bum. You gotta scream. No, one more. No. First Alex got a woo, and then they got a gulp. Okay, surely this last one. No. There you go. You can have a who's that Alex? And then, okay, I'll just let it play through so you can see. I don't know why I saved it. I don't know. Okay, enough soundboard. I don't know why it saved it with that one, but I do think it's funny. So there you go, Alex. You get the who's that Pokemon ad with a little bit of sound for it. Twixted said, that's such a cute name, by the way. No, that's helpful. I'm drawing one of my life gen cats, and it's kind of hard to get it right, so thanks. No, honestly, I totally get, like, I find that I always struggle on certain things. The eyes are one of them. They're always kind of looking in weird directions, and I really struggle with legs. So there's always seems to be that one thing of, like, that kind of, you're like, but the other thing that I've tried is that sometimes help is whenever I, like, start drawing, sometimes if I start drawing somewhere else, like I always start from the nose and go from there, but if I'm really frustrated, I'll just start at like the ear, or I'll start somewhere that you normally wouldn't, and it kind of gives you a different way of doing it. It feels very uncomfortable, so, but at least for me. But okay, who was that Pokemon? That was for Alex. Oh, thank you guys so much. Truly and honestly, thank you. You do not have to send, but it does mean truly the world to me, so thank you. Okay, so where else are we here? I'm getting a little bit distracted. Okay, are you ready for trivia? Are you ready for trivia? I don't have a trivia sound. What could be my trivia sound? That could be trivia sound. That's kind of like trivia. Get ready. I should make a little tune for the trivia. Okay, enough. Okay, so my trivia. Now, who is the very first who is the very first non-ThunderClan cat to inquire what happened to Tigerclaw after knowing Fireheart was the deputy? So they came to the gathering and Fireheart is now standing as deputy. So what cat goes out and verbally first says, hey, where's Tigerclaw? Why are you the deputy now? Do we know? Hit it with another. Here we go. Who knows it? Who's gonna get it first? Ooh, and then on the pause, we have Twixted coming back, says one more. I have to draw on my school computer. I'm hopefully getting a drawing tablet for my birthday in 17 days. First of all, happy freaking early birthday, buddy. Happy birthday. We need a soundboard sound from you. You get it. Wow. Oh, that's so good, dude. And, oh, dude, honestly, are you going to get, sorry, now I'm just picking your brain being weird, but are you getting like a tablet monitor, or are you going to get one with a pad and then you look up? I just got a new one, and not to shill, definitely not sponsored. It's just the only one that I've used. I've really been liking Huion I had forever, and then I got another newer Huion, and I've been enjoying it, and it's not too bad for price-wise, but... And okay, let's see. We have Running Nose. It's not Running Nose. Good guess. Oh, Violet Star says Leopard Star. It is leopard fur at the time, but yes, leopard. Oh, Violet, I swear to God, is like that built different for trivia. Yes, it is leopard fur. He jumps up on the rock beside her, being the other deputy, and she goes, "Hey, like, why are you here, you weirdo?" And he's like, "Let me tell you." But then they're all like, they're so. Like, no, we can't tell anybody about Tigerclaw, like, it's a sign of weakness and blah, 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 blah. But, like, that bites them in the butt at the end. And just wait. But I was so frustrated. I'm like, I get that you don't want to show that you're weak, but, like, surely by now, like, how can that... I don't know. But it bites them in the butt later, so... But, yes. So I'm like, that was a kind of a goofy choice. But what to say. Okay, so on page... Oh, and then on page... 83. Okay, so Fireheart then asks, because Graystripe isn't in the gathering there, so he's asking Leopard for like, hey, how is he, or how are the kittens, and how's Graystripe? And it's so funny. Hold on. So she goes, okay. Leopard Fur narrowed her eyes, but didn't press the subject any further about Tigerclaw, and said, "So," she meowed, have you come to brag about your new title, or to find out about your old friend?" Fireheart lifted his chin, surprised that she was giving him a clear opportunity to ask about Graystripe. "How is he?" he meowed. "He'll do," Leopard first shrugged. "He'll never be a true RiverClan warrior, but at least he's getting used to the water, which is more than I expected." Fireheart had to hold his claws at her dismissive tone. "His kits are strong and clever," Leopard Fur went on. Ready? "They must favor their mother." I'm like, damn. Holy, it's so funny though. I'm like, damn, she got him. Was this cat trying to annoy him on purpose? Fireheart was struggling to hold back a sharp reply when Mousefur trotted up behind him. Oh, dude. Okay. Let's keep on. And then, okay, so then my other thing down the thing is this is the most we've heard from Mousefur, what I'm about. And I'm like, dude, like, she's kind of like so, like, I don't know, just the way she stepped up, I'm like, heck yeah. Sorry, I'm like trying to read the comments and do this. Isn't I am blonde, but I hopefully I'm not, I don't fit the stereotype, but yes, I know my character is not, I guess our cat's normally blonde, I suppose not, but okay. Okay, so listen to Mousefur jumping in. "Hello, Leopard Fur," Mousefur greeted the RiverClan deputy. Stonefur tells me there are new kits in your camp beside Graystripe." So she takes it, she sees that Fireheart's getting frustrated, she takes Leopard Star's attention, skirts it over, and like changes it, because she can see that they're uncomfortable. And then she like has a nice conversation, they're kind of talking about it, blah, 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 blah. Had she heard... Okay, when he turned his gaze back to Leopard Fur and Mousefur, the RiverClan deputy was stalking away. So she saw that he was getting annoyed, so she stepped in. Mousefur shot a look of sympathy at Fireheart. "Don't worry. You'll find her less intimidating when you get used to her. The rest of RiverClan seems happy to see us. They would not have survived the flood so well had they not had the help of ThunderClan. And we did let them have Silverstream's kits without a fight." And then, so they're having this nice talk, and then Fireheart says, "Graystripe was never Leopard," okay, blah, 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 blah. He's just like bringing up old trauma. And then Mousefur says, she should learn to forgive and forget. Greystripe has given RiverClan 2 fine healthy kits. Did she ask you about Tiger? But anyways, the reason I'm bringing this up is it's not that important, but I just really liked that she just saw, she came in, and it's just that quiet little thing of like, I see you, you're uncomfortable, I'm gonna step in, I'm not gonna overstep, I'm not gonna like be in your face or anything. She just, Fireheart's important to her. She stepped in, she knew she could help, and she's just talking with him, and it's just like that, like just little bit of like, you are, I don't know. I just really liked how like normal it was. Like they could have sent anybody. They could have sent Cinderpelt. They could have sent Sandstorm or somebody that he like is quote unquote friends with. But I like that it was just like a random clanmate that had his back. I just liked it. Okay. Page 86. I'm mad. Why am I mad? I've got a million exclamation points. Okay, so yeah, so this is me complaining that I'm mad that they're not talking about ThunderClan telling the rest of the clans about Tigerclaw. I'm all mad. Blue Star's authoritative yowl silence the questions. Tigerclaw's fate is ThunderClan's business and does not concern anyone else. The cats fell into a disgruntled murmuring. Their curiosity, my god, curiosity clearly not satisfied. Fireheart couldn't help wondering if Blue Star should warn the other clans that Tigerclaw was still alive, that there were a dangerous traitor among them in the forest. Yes, you probably should. But when Blue Star meowed again, she made no mention of Tigerclaw. Instead, she announced blah, 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 blah. But I'm just like, dude, I just don't get why they didn't. But who am I? Okay, are you ready? I got more trivia. I've got more trivia. Ready? That's it. It's trivia time. I need an actual trivia song, but that'll work in the meanwhile. Okay, trivia. And this one's easy. Who are the 2 ShadowClan warriors found sleeping in ThunderClan's territory when ShadowClan was super sick? And then Cinderpelt ends up healing them. But there are 2 cats. Sorry, don't mind the motorcycle going by, or whatever it is. Some vehicle. Okay, we got some trivia. Hit him with this. Okay, so yes, who are the 2 ShadowClan warriors that were very sick that Cinderpelt ended up helping? Ooh, Hawkfire's on it. Little Nose. Oh, very close. Little Nose and Whitethroat, and then right underneath Fireheart, Firestar says Little Cloud and Whitethroat. 2 right, yes. Oh, Little Nose. Oh, that's so funny. Little Nose is Little Cloud and Running Nose, like, combined. But yes, it is Whitethroat and Little Cloud. Our boys. They're so sweet. Okay, and so this is kind of coming back into the whole thing with Cinderpelt being so stressed out about Cinderpelt being so stressed out and so like upset about Silverstream. And then she sees these cats, and I think that what a perfect marker of being like, yes, you are a medicine cat, you have, oh my god, something fell upstairs, scary. I think it's my dog. And it's like, yes, you know, you have your doubts, but at the end of the day, you know what's right, and you're going to treat these cats whether or not, like, you haven't, like, permission. And, like, I don't know, that to me just shows, like, she shouldn't doubt herself, like, she knows what's right. And it was just such a, like, a perfect time, and I really liked the way that, like, concluded the story, not concluded, but, like, wrapped into Cinderpelt's story of, like, that doubt being washed away by, like, her moral, I don't know, decision compass being like, no, I'm going to do this because I have to heal them. Like, that is what I do. I am a healer. I don't know. I just really liked it. Cinderpelt is so real. And then later on, she calls Fireheart out because Fireheart finds them when she's helping them. Like, because they tell them, go away. Like, you're sick. We don't want you to, like, weaken our clan, which is so disrespectful, but whatever. He's like, you need to go. So then Cinderpelt on the DL is saving them or, like, healing them. And Fireheart finds her and he's like, what are you doing? Like, you shouldn't be doing this. They need to go away. And then Cinderpelt just goes. She's like, yeah, right, dude. She's like, I'm doing what's right and you're one to talk because you would have done the exact same thing. And she's so right. Like, he's so, like, he's feeding RiverClan, he's feeding Yellowfang, he's saving WayClan, like, he's doing things over and over and over. And so Cinderpelt is just like, shut up, you don't know anything, like, you are exactly not like me, like, you're trying to make it sound like you're the deputy and, you know, but you would have been the exact same. And I just love that she just is like, shut up. Like, no. And so I just like that. And she's not embarrassed, she's not like being like, no, I'm not, or she's not like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. She's like, no, I'm gonna do it, so figure it out, idiot. I do like that. So, yes. Oh, okay, on to our next one. Yes, I am Mapletown. I'm in Canada, in the middle of nowhere. Sask. And daylight savings is coming soon. Oi, 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 daylight savings is coming, but it doesn't happen in Sask. So I'm gonna have to change the time of the live streams because it would be at 10 a.m. Ah. So I'm gonna have to switch it to 1 hour. Technically, it's gonna be the same time for me, but 1 hour later for you guys. Anyway, we'll cross that bridge later. But yes, yes. Oh, non-existent says the more you talk about her, the happier I am. She's the cutest. Seriously, I love Cinderpelt. I love Cinderpelt so much. Oh, I love it. Okay, next up. Okay, so they talk about the tunnel underneath the Thunderpath that ShadowClan uses, and they discover it, and they're like, oh my god, where did these two ShadowClan warriors go? They disappeared. Oh my god, they went under a tunnel. Do they ever talk about that tunnel ever again? Like, they make note of it a couple times in this book, being like, oh, they probably used it to cross under the thing, but I don't think they ever talk about it ever again. And I'm like, oh, like, I don't know, but I just thought that was interesting. I'm like, you think that they would use that for something? And I'll have to keep my eye on it in future books because I don't really remember it. We knew you're Canada from the story. How do you guys say it? Sorry. I don't know how the Americans say it, but not me mocking the no, sorry, holy cow. As I do it twice. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. Do they ever bring up the tunnel again? I don't think so, but I can't really remember. I was so mad on page 103. Are you ready? This is me. Okay, everybody get ready because this is me on my high horse and I'm going to be annoying about this. Page 103. I get this book is from this. Okay, and again, I know that this is just dumb, but I'm still upset about, not upset, but I'm just like, really? But okay, so on page 103, they make such a point of saying, like, of body shaming Cloudpaw, and I know that they're cats, and it's like, but I'm like, you have just, I don't know, yes, the book was written many years ago, but like, you've got an audience of young people, and like, just like, why? Like, I get that is a thing that he's having a lot of to like influence, and so actually, hold on, put a pause. No. I want to talk to Alex here first. Hail Cinderpelt. Also, what should I name the characters I based on you and Austin in the book? First of all, let me get a hit from StarClan. Well, oh, you got a bonk. One more. Yay! There we go. That's very good. Thank you so much, Alex. And ooh, I don't. Is it like a fantasy setting or like a normal setting? Because you could just straight up just use like our names, totally. But if it's a fantasy setting, maybe just add like, I'm not sure. Something fancy. Thank you so much, dude, for the $5. One more from the soundboard for you, sweet Alex. No, not a bonk. Stop. So many bonks. Sure. Love it. There, that's for you, Alex. That's for you. My heart's soaring and flying. But yeah, I don't know. I don't love that plot point. Like, I think they could have done it in a way that wasn't, quite like, he must be quite the hunter. I don't think I've ever seen a clan cat that fat. And I'm like, I don't know. It truly, maybe I'm just making a mountain of a molehill. Firestar doesn't know what a mole is, but I'm just like, it just made me uncomfortable. And I'm like, I'm just gonna go past it. There's no point in dwelling on it. And hopefully, we can just get past it. It just seems so unnecessary to me, but whatever. Okay, anyways. You are beautiful and you're yourself. And don't let that freaking, okay, Jaden, chill. Okay, focus. Okay. Let's see. What is my next note? Okay, so page 104. Fireheart finally gets a clue. He grows a brain at one point. Thank goodness. He finally, oh no, is that page 104? Where are we? Oh. I don't know why he gets a clue. Oh. Okay, yes, because this is like the first time that he's like, oh, I think I have a crush on Sandstorm. Listen to this. I'll be there. I could catch us another rabbit. That Sandstorm said. Fireheart saw mischief flash in her pale green eyes, and he knew she was referring to the time they hunted together in a snowbound forest that shimmered with frost. Oh, so beautiful. When she had surprised him with her speed and skill. Unless you finally learned how to catch him for yourself, Sandstorm teased, flicking Fireheart's cheek with her tail as she trotted away. And this is when Fireheart grows a brain. Watching her go, Fireheart felt a strange, happy prickling in his paws. Then he shook his head and patted over to So he had a brain for half a second and then gone. He's like, okay. So I just think it's so funny how slow he is on the uptake to be like, oh, I think I have a crush on Sandstorm. But then it took him all of like 1 second to have a crush on Spotted Leaf. But I don't know. Okay, on page 106. So Fireheart is going after Cloudpaw, because he's like you need to be training more, you need to be like doing more kind of thing. And so he's like doing battle training with him, and he jumps on him. And so I just thought this scene was funny. Let me read it. Fireheart staggered but managed to keep his balance and sent Cloudpaw flying with a swipe from his front paw. Better, he puffed, but you're not prepared for the counterstrike. Cloudpaw lay unmoving in the sand. Cloudpaw? Fireheart meowed. The blow from his front paw had been heavy, but surely not enough to hurt. The apprentice's ears twitched, but he stayed where he was. Fireheart patted over to him, his fur suddenly prickling with worry. He peered down and saw that Cloudpaw's eyes were wide open. "You've killed me," the apprentice gasped mockingly and rolled feebly onto his back. I just thought it was, he got a brain cell, but it moved on, said Alex. Literally, like, within a sentence. It's like, instantly gone. I just thought it was so funny. Alex, so real. Okay, here's another one. Alex, here you are. No, why this one? No, this is this is Fireheart growing a brain. That's the sound it made, and then it went away. Oh no, dude, Alex, thank you. That is the brain cell. Oh, yoy. But yeah, so I just thought it was so funny that Cloudpaw like dramatically drapes his little hand over his forehead. "You've killed me. Oh, I'll never make it through the winter." So dramatic. I love him. I love it when he's silly like that. Okay, let's see. Oh yes, and then we find out that Cloudpaw is getting food from the two legs. That's not that exciting. Okay, so listen to this. Okay, so Sandstorm. So they're finally like dropping some crazy big hints that Sandstorm and Fireheart are a thing. And I thought this was so funny because like I didn't really like as a kid, I'm like, okay, it was very clear that Dustpelt had a huge crush on Sandstorm. Like it was a surprise to no one. But I never really clocked that maybe Sandstorm knew, but she 100% must have known that he had a crush on her or something. Because listen to this interaction, and I'm like, wouldn't it be so sad if like she like told Dustpelt like, hey, like I'm actually like not into you? Because just listen to how this works. Okay, so they're talking about basically Sandstorm's being so sweet, and she's like, don't worry about him. I remember when he was a baby and he caught prey and he was so good. Like he has your blood, you're gonna be fine. Like don't worry too much about him. So she's just being so sweet. She gave him a gentle lick on the cheek. With any luck, it'll show Cloudpaw. It'll show in Cloudpaw one day. So like his ability to be a good warrior. And then Dustpelt trotted up and interrupted them, his eyes glinting with barely disguised scorn. "You must be proud of your apprentice," he jeered. "Darkstripe tells me he made the smallest catch of the day." Fireheart flinched as the warrior added, "You're obviously a great mentor. Holy, Dustpelt, chill." And then Sandstorm jumped in. "Go away, Dustpelt," spat Sandstorm. "There's no need to be spiteful. It doesn't impress anyone, And I'm like, oh, damn. Fireheart was surprised to see Dustpelt recoil as if Sandstorm had taken a swipe at him. The warrior turned and hurried away, flashing a resentful look at Fireheart over his shoulder. So, like, okay, that in and of itself is like, okay, that's like, obviously, like, she's like, oh, that's not impressing anybody, which could just be neither here nor there. But then listen to this. "That's a neat trick," Fireheart meowed, impressed by Sandstorm's ferocity. "You'll have to teach me how to do it." And then this is where I'm like, for sure she knows. "I'm afraid it wouldn't work for you," Sandstorm sighed, staring ruefully after Dustpelt. She had shared her apprenticeship with the Tabby Tom, but their friendship had faltered, since Sandstorm had grown so much closer to Fireheart. "Never mind. I'll apologize later. Why don't we go see the new kids?" So I just thought it was so interesting that she was like, oh, like, she specifically says, like, you're not impressing me. Like, I'm not into this. I think you're, like, being an actual turd. Like, you are not funny. Go away. And she's like, yeah, like, and then she's like, no, only I could really say that and have it be effective because she knows. I don't know. I just was like, oh shoot, like she totally knows him. That like is like, oh yeah, Dustpelt has a crush on me and I'm super not into that. And then not even the next page, like the next page, Dustpelt is talking to Fernpaw. And I'm like, bro, dude, chill, man. Like, holy cow. 124, 124, 124. Yeah, he's like instantly. And you know what I don't want to talk about? And I'm gonna talk about it, is the weirdness of Dustpelt and Fernpaw. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to like ignore them going forward, because like when they're in adults, I think they're very sweet, but I don't love this interaction at the moment. So what I'm just gonna do is we're just gonna like just go past it, because I just am not a fan of that and it makes me uncomfy. So in any case, okay, but we'll talk about it more when they're both adults. That feels a little bit better. So in my mind, in my fantasy world, it's not happening. Cinderpelt. Okay, and this is when Cinderpelt is going to help the ShadowClan warriors, and she's just like so unapologetic about it, and she just says, he's like, yeah, you would do the same thing. So I'm not upset. I'm not at all sorry. So I thought that was funny. Okay. So on page 136, so they can't find Cloudpaw. So Sandstorm and Fireheart go to where they think they are, and they see that there is a giant monster. They call it a gigantic. Where is this? Page 136. 136. There we are. Oh yeah, a gigantic monster, almost as big as Two-Legness, stood on the thunder path. The deafening growl was coming from inside the belly of the monster, and then they take Cloudpaw into it. What is the gigantic monster? At first I thought it was a semi, but now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it's a moving truck. That's probably what it was, because then they eventually that's what it, well, now that I'm thinking, that's exactly what it is, because the two legs were moving, because they moved to a different house and they take Cloudpaw with them. Okay, I'm glad we figured that out as a team. Okay, and this is where Fireheart shoves his entire foot into his mouth. Okay, this is it. Ready? So Fireheart, listen to this. He's such a dummy. Okay, so Cloudpaw's been taken by an RV. That could be it too. An RV. RV actually is probably makes sense. RV or moving truck. I thought it was a semi, but I guess a semi makes zero sense. Okay, so listen to this. Fireheart's such a turd. So they're sad. He's sad because Cloudpaw's left. Come on then, let's get back to camp. Sandstorm's mew became brisk. Fireheart felt a surge of frustration. It's easy for you, he argued. You share clan blood with the rest of them. Cloudpaw was my only kin. Now there's no one in the clan that's close to me. Oh, you done messed up, boy. Sandstorm flinched as if he had struck her. How can you say that? You have me, she spat. I've done nothing but try and help you. Doesn't that mean anything? I thought our friendship was important to you, but clearly I was wrong. She spun around, flicking Fireheart's leg with her tail before racing into the trees. What a ding-dong. She's like, oh no, he just didn't have a brain when he was saying that. So, I don't know, but I was just like, bro, you goofball. You goofball. Yeah, it's easy for you. No one in the clan that's close to me, as Sandstorm standing right there has done so much for him throughout this book. Like, dude, come on. Like, read the room. Have just a moment. This is the moment he knew. And then, not only that, he's bewildered by the reaction. Because she goes, I've done nothing but try and help you. Doesn't that mean anything? I thought our friendship was important to you, but clearly I was wrong. She spun around, blah, blah, blah. He watched her disappear, bewildered by her response. His paws stung. And he felt more wretched than he could have ever remembered. He felt more wretched than he could remember. I'm adding words. No, ever remember. No, that's right. But yeah, so he's just like, oh, weird. Like, I don't know what happened there. Like, why is she acting like, that's weird. That's odd. Anyways, like, it's just like, bro, how can you be that just like out of it? Okay, but then instantly after he apologizes, which is very good. But, so he's like apologizing to Sandstorm and everybody's laughing at him. Like they're like, oh, you messed up. Because like everybody's kind of chuckling and like, oh, were there ads? Oh, I do apologize. Hopefully they're not too frequent compared to last time. Her poor heart broke, said Alex. So true. Like she's kind of covering it with like anger, but I mean, how could you not be offended? Like, I just don't. I'm like, okay, dude. So he comes up back to her, and she's sitting with Running Wind. Let's see. Fireheart tried to purr a friendly reply, but his answer came out hoarsely. Busy day. Running Wind glanced at Sandstorm, who was still ignoring the clan deputy, and Fireheart thought he saw the lean warrior's whiskers twitch. Sorry about earlier, Fireheart whispered to Sandstorm. So you should be, she muttered, not looking up. You've been a good friend, Fireheart persisted. I'm sorry I made you think I don't appreciate you. Yeah, well, next time try thinking beyond your own whiskers. That was Sandstorm, like, yes, girl. Are we friends again, Fireheart meowed. We always were, she meowed simply. And then freaking Running Wind. Running Wind hadn't uttered a word, but Fireheart noticed his eyes were glowing with amusement. His interaction with Sandstorm was obviously attracting attention from the other warriors. Fireheart felt self-conscious. Prickle rippled through his fur. I'm just like, oh, that's just so funny. Everybody's like, oh, lover is bad. Oh. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, Ashpaw being sad. He's like, oh, like, Ashpaw, why are you so precious in this book? What page is this? 145? 145. I just can't believe he actually left, meowed Ashpaw sadly. I really miss him. He turned and plodded back to the apprentice den, where Darkstripe was waiting like a hungry owl. The news would be through camp by sunset. I'm like, oh, Ashpaw, buddy, his little guy. I'm sorry. Sunny says, I'm sorry I stepped out for a long time because Moon and another friend were wanting to argue about books with me and I wasn't going to let them down. I'm so excited. I'm swallowing funny. Yes, Sunny, welcome back, buddy. Welcome. Dude, all the cats are very sweet with each other. Like, Ashpaw just wanted a buddy. Oh my god. Okay, so page 148, when Blue Star finds out that, like, Cloudpaw has gone, she takes it so well. This is the most, like, clear-minded and, like, the most, like, most, like, her, like, her I don't want to say old self, but most like clear in a bit. But it's so sweet because her buddy Whitestorm is with her, and she has the support. And like, I just wish that she would have had more support from like other. But I guess there's a lot going on. It's nobody's fault. It just is what it is. But Blue Star's so like good natured about it, just so well. She took it so well. Let's see. Come in, Fireheart. I can smell you lurking out there. So he was going to tell Blue Star that Cloudpaw was like captured, but then I can't remember. There was a reason he didn't, but then he was like, oh, in any case, he had asked her if she was hungry and blah, 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 blah. He pushed through the lichen. Blue Star was curled in her nest with Whitestorm beside her, his eyes wide with curiosity. Fireheart pricked his ears, trying to stop them from twitching and betraying his nerves. And so she knows at this point that Cloudpaw has been taken. So that's why you came to see me earlier, meowed Blue Star, wondering if I was hungry indeed. Fireheart was caught off guard by the amused purr in her voice. You usually offer to bring me food only to my den if you think I'm dying. You had me thinking there was a rumor going around camp I was on my last legs. I just thought it was, I don't know why I put a note of that, but I just liked that she was just like, I don't know, it just like is this flicker of like her just being good natured and it's just like, oh, like ha ha ha. But I think it is lichen, because I've always called it lichen, but then I'm like, no, somebody corrected me, I'm pretty sure. Or I thought back, no, I'm almost positive it's lichen, right? Lichen? Okay. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay. Page 151, beware an enemy who sleeps. What does that mean? Like, are they talking about fire, or not fire, are they talking about Tiger Claw? Like, I don't intend, or like, actually know what this means. Maybe I should. It's Spotted Leaf once again with her stupid prophecies. Don't you forget, water can quell fire. Don't stop thinking about the enemy that's sleeping. Like, I just don't, like, surely they mean Tiger Claw. Like, they're just trying to be like, oh, like, you think he's not around, but he is still there. Like, I don't know. I don't know what exactly that is about, but yeah, beware. What? Why my profile picture is a seagull? It's a very stupid reason, but let me tell you. My friend and I back in the day, many years ago, probably honestly before some of you were even alive, we had a discussion about which birds were funnier, ducks or seagulls. And it was stupid. We were like kids. We were young, and we just had this argument. And I said I like seagulls are a funnier animal, and she's like ducks are a funnier animal. And they were like, okay, we're gonna change our profile pictures on everything to ducks and seagulls, and the first person to change them loses the argument. And it has been over 10 years now. We don't talk as often. I still do talk, but like I will not lose that fight. I will never change my icon. Till the day I die, I will keep this seagull icon. For it is nothing to do with warrior cats, but man, I'm nothing if not really, really boneheaded, very strong-headed, very irrational. So that's the entire reason it's a seagull, just because I don't want to lose a debate from over 10 years ago. So that's the only reason. I promise it's not that exciting. Okay. Page 153. I'm got a bunch of exclamation points. But why? 153. Okay, yeah. So Fireheart has this dream about Spotted Leaf. Spotted Leaf goes, beware an enemy that can't sleep. She's stressed. Or he's stressed. He's like, what should we do? Like, what does this mean? I'll go talk to Cinderpelt in the middle of the night. So he goes to Cinderpelt, wakes her up. I had a dream, Fireheart explained uncomfortably. Spotted Leaf came to me and told me to beware an enemy who seems to sleep. I think she means the sickness. Cinderpelt snorted. The dream was probably warning you not to go waking poor old Cinderpelt, who's had a really long day, or you might get your whiskers pulled. Fireheart realized she looked exhausted. She must have been busier than usual lately, carrying out her duties in the camp as well as caring for Little Cloud and Whitethroat. I'm sorry, he meowed, but I think the ShadowClan cats have to leave. I think, what is like, it means StarClan, no? Soul Strike 06 says, I clicked this live stream and the instant I clicked, it got the answer to the question I've wondered for a decade. There you go. There you go. The mystery. Here we are. I will not lose this fight. I don't even think I could find this picture again if I tried. But I just found a picture of a seagull on Google and I'm like, that's it. And I'm sure hers is still a duck somewhere. I don't know. I don't want to out her channel, but I'm sure it is still. I don't think she uses her channel though anymore. Or if she does, I'm not sure. But I just think, yeah, I'll have to talk to her. I'm seeing her this month. Speaking of, actually, I'm going to be a bridesmaid at a wedding on, not on the Saturday. So I was going to stream on every Saturday, but I've set it out, so that after we're done the 6th book, I'm going to take a week break after every arc. So then on this break, I'm actually at a wedding. How fun. I'm going to be in a wedding. And the purple dress is so pretty. I really like it. And so yeah, I will be gone that way. So she's a bridesmaid with me. So it's me and her. So I'll tell her. People still ask about the seagull thing. I think she knows though. She knows. What a real one. Okay, so to the next one. Blixemi. Oh my god. Okay, let's see. Okay, I have another. Oh, no. He calls. So Cinderpelt calls him out. Listen to this. She finally is like, could you stop with your weird Spotted Leaf thing, please? It's so strange. I don't love it. Okay, so 154. Okay, let's see. StarClan also isn't especially good at interpreting visions, but it's better than Fireheart. The trait comes back in Midnight too. They just send like, I don't know. I like the old StarClan, but they're also like very like, well, I guess they're always pretty, I don't want to say blunt, that's not right, but like it's cryptic, but not at all. Like they say Fireland can save the clan, you're like, but it's like, no, they just mean Fireheart. That's all they mean. And they're like, remember, water can quell fire. And then it's literally, that's all it is that there's, I don't know what the fire thing is, but it is what it is. Okay, listen, Cinderpelt just like stomps on him. Because she's like, where is it? She's like, Fireheart, Spotted Leaf has been right before, Fireheart answered. I can't take the risk of letting them stay. And he's talking about the ShadowClan cats. And then they have a long conversation. Cinderpelt, I have to listen to Spotted Leaf. A hard lump of sadness choked him into silence. A scent of ferns around him made the memory of the medicine cat even sharper, for this was where she had lived and worked. You talk about her as if she's still alive, murmured Cinderpelt, closing her eyes. Why can't... She's like, boy, why can't you let her rest with StarClan? I know she was special to you, but remember what Yellowfang said to me when I couldn't stop thinking about Silverstream. Put your energy into today. Stop worrying about the past. And then Fireheart, bonehead, what's wrong with remembering Spotted Leaf? Fireheart protested. And then Cinderpelt, because while you're dreaming about her, oh, she's basically like, hello, Sandstorm, there's another cat you should be thinking about. Fireheart stared at Cinderpelt, puzzled. What are you talking about? Haven't you noticed? Noticed what? Cinderpelt opened her eyes and shifted her head. Fireheart, you're dumb. Sandstorm is very, very fond of you. And then that's the moment where he's like, oh, hang on now. You might, you know what? You might be onto something. And like in that moment forward, he's like, okay, I might have it. But somebody had to straight up tell him. And then he's like, oh, okay. Like there were subtle hints, but like he didn't realize it was like affection for her until it was like spelled out for him. Exactly, Sunny. Oh, this is where I really appreciated that Fireheart never once. But he did. You know what? You're so right. But he never once put it into a romantic setting. He's like, oh, I have these prickling feelings in my paws, and I get excited when she talks to me. But you're right. He never is like, oh, I have a crush on her. So that is funny. He's just maybe just very, very like boneheaded. But he just needs somebody to straight up spell it out. And then he finally is like, oh, okay. And then like going forward, because I know at one point he's like talking to Greystripe and he's like, oh, Greystripe loved Silverstream so much that he would like move to the clans for her, blah, 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 having this internal thought. And he goes, would I do that for Spotted Leaf? And then he stopped and he goes, would I do that for Sandstorm? And like that's when he's like having these like things of like, oh, hello. Okay. On to okay, 158. How long have I even been streaming here? I feel like I'm taking my sweet time on this one. Oh, only an hour and a half. That's not bad. I thought it was way later. I feel like I'm getting so off track today. 158. My note is Fireheart doesn't know how to talk to girls. Let's see. Oh yeah. I'm not tired, Fireheart insisted Sandstorm, fixing him with her leaf green gaze. Fireheart's paws tingled as he remembered what Cinderpelt had told him a few nights ago, what we were just talking about. Great, he meowed a little too loudly. He began washing his chest self-consciously, his licks becoming brisker as he noticed that Bracken's fur's whiskers were twitching with amusement. He was like, oh my god, he's fumbling, poor guy. He's trying his best. Okay, and then again, Fireheart once again only referring to Bramblekit as Tigerclaw's son. Where's this? Oh yeah, I guess it was just a throwaway. Page 165, I have a quote. Why did I write this quote down? 165. Oh, this is cute. Listen to this. Yeah, his paws are always tingling. Man should like look to see if it's like circulation is fine. Okay, I don't know what are they doing here? I can't remember. I should look at this. Oh, they're okay. So Sandstorm and somebody is going out to get water for the queens, soaking moss and getting water. Be careful, whispered Sandstorm as Fireheart prepared to head in the forest. He licked the top of her head. I will, he promised softly. Listen to this cute line. Green eyes met green eyes for a long moment. Then Fireheart turned and crept warily through the trees. I'm like, oh, I like that. The way they wrote that, I'm like, oh, green eyes met green eyes. I don't know. There's something about that where I was like, oh, I like that imagery. Oh, I like that a lot. Something about it. And it also, I don't think this is what it intended. I actually don't know if this is what it meant. But like, I like the idea of them being on the same page, not only in terms of like kind of now being like, okay, we both kind of have this knowledge now that we like each other. So we're meeting our eyes in the sense of like, we are looking at each other, but we're now actually seeing each other. And also they're on the same level of authority in terms of like their relationship. It's not a deputy talking to a warrior. It's not Fireheart talking to a president. It's nothing. They're just like, they're literally just seeing each other for the first time almost, but also not, if that makes sense. I just liked it. Green eyes met green eyes for a long moment. It's just so nice. There's something I really like about that. But okay. Greystripe at page 166 or 168. Sunny. Ooh, okay, hold on. We're getting knowledge from Sunny. Oh, I need a Sunny soundboard. This will be Sunny's sound. Okay, sure, that works. We get the randomizer. Green eyes met green eyes also slows down the pacing of that moment. That is so, oh my god, Sunny, Sunny's a writer and it shows so well. Spending an entire sentence on one held gaze. It's a great way of communicating their mutual romance and friendship in a way that subtly communicates how solid and stable their relationship is. That is, oh my god, dude. Sunny coming in. Oh, just so, it's so, did that scare you? Oh, sorry. Sorry, my soundboard's a little loud. But yes, dude, you're so right. It does slow things down and it's just so intense. Oh, I just really like it. Gray Stripe at page 168 calls Tiger Claw old Poison Paw. Listen to this. Gray Stripe frowned. Have you seen that old Poison Paw since he left? I'm like, oh, what does that mean? Listen to how precious this is. Are you ready? Okay, so Gray Stripe is talking to Fireheart about his kits, okay? And he's just saying, like, he's like, just talking about how they are, and he makes a specific note about how much Crooked Star especially loves Featherkit because she's so much like Silverstream. I'm like, oh my god, my heart. Could you imagine Grandpa Crooked Star just like being extra protective over little Featherkit? Oh, that is so cute. Listen, Gray Stripe purred proudly. Okay, no, Fireheart says, how are your kits? Gray Stripe purred proudly. They're wonderful, he declared. The she-kit is just like her mother, every bit as beautiful, with the same temper. She gives her den mother quite a bit of trouble, but every cat loves her, especially Crooked Star. The Tom is more easygoing, happy whatever he's doing, like his father, remarked Fireheart. And almost as handsome, boasted Gray Stripe. That is so, what a cute interaction between them. Oh, that is so cute. Crooked Star, my poor baby, says non-existent. That's what I'm saying. It was so sad, but it's so cute. I'm like, oh, in my headcanon now they're like besties. Like she's just like, no, and I feel like he would just be perfect grandpa, giving her like little badger rides and being like, even though he's a leader, the big tough leader, he would be so just a little softy and take time out of his day to like walk with his grandkids. And oh, come on, and that's so sweet. And he's just so connected to them because he misses Silverstream, and he's just like, oh, what a guy. Oh, I wish we would have seen more of that. Oh. And I feel like he would be given like noogies to Stormkit. Oh, I'm so into this. My heart is melting. Okay, next page of things. Okay, so much happens now. At this end of the book, everything goes from 0 to 100 so fast. Okay, page 181. Spoilers. Freaking Running Wind, boom, dead. Like with 0 like lead up, they're just like, oh, we got attacked, Running Wind is dead. And I kind of forgot about Running Wind for a long time, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, who is Running Wind? And there's something about him that is so forgettable. No offense, Running Wind, but I guess that is so offensive. But there's something about him that I just kind of forget about him the moment he's off screen. And so when he dies again, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess he was a thing. So I just thought that was funny. I'm like, oh, poor Running Wind. But then Running Wind is perished on the Thunder Path, and Whitethroat is standing over him, and everybody's like, oh my god, the ShadowClan cats, they've killed him. But then listen to this, so intense. So then Whitethroat is so scared, so he runs away, and he doesn't run onto the tunnel. He runs onto the path and gets smoked by a monster. That's no good. But listen to this. Listen to how intense it is. Whitethroat opened his mouth again, releasing a thin trickle of blood. He swallowed painfully, sending a juddering spasm the length of his body. But before he could speak, his eyes focused on a point over Fireheart's shoulder, back towards the wood of ThunderClan's territory. Fireheart watched as Whitethroat's eyes glittered with fear before they glazed over one last time. He spun around to see what had filled Whitethroat's final moments with such terror. His heart lurched when he saw who stood at the edge of the Thunder Path. The dark warrior who had prowled through so many of his dreams. Tiger Claw. Dun dun dun. Like that is like, I'm like, oh, we're getting into it. Oh, that's so good. I just love it. I'm like, yes, dude, there he is. Scary. And I like how they don't actually go down that route of like them going after ShadowClan. Like there was like, oh, there's this misconception, but instantly it's solved by saying, oh, actually, but you know, there's Tiger Claw. It was him this whole time. Oh, Sunny said, Running Wind and Mouse first stand out in the first arc as being the only two cats in ThunderClan with no significant characterization at all. But Mouse for at least was the only she-cat warrior to start, so she had that going for her. Running Wind's only character trait was that hypothetically being fast, and that also simultaneously being a good mentor and not a good mentor. Yeah, because I do think that they make a note that he's like too like rash and too like, yeah, because I remember they were thinking about giving him a apprentice, and they're like, no. But yeah, I don't know. Like, but Mouse for at least like had that moment even in this book. Well, I guess Running Wind has a couple of moments. I'm just like, I don't know. He's just like very forgettable. Okay. Let's see. Oh, yes. Once again, Gray Stripe has come to save the day. Very good. So, okay, there's nothing much here beyond, like, we all know what happens. I have nothing to talk about because it's just, like, all we know what happens. So, Tiger Claw is fighting the patrol with his rogues, and then everything looks lost. It's Fireheart, I think White Storm, and Mousefur, I think. Where am I seeing? Oh, yeah. White Storm, Mousefur, and Fireheart are being ambushed by Tiger Claw and his rogues, and then just when things are looking like down and out, Gray Stripe appears with a RiverClan patrol because they had heard them screaming from the river. Yeah, so, spooky. Sunny says, I will also say that Tiger Claw has probably the most menacing and continuous presence through the arc of any of our villains through the series. Even when he's not the main threat being faced in a book, he's always there, always watching, and always making moves in the background that forces our equally active protagonist to make choices and act against him. That's so real. He is a looming presence. And, like, yes, he was kind of boneheaded. Like, some of the stuff that he does is like, he's just mwahaha evil man, but I do like it once they chase him out, and this kind of like in between of where Tiger Claw is, it's Fireclaw, oh my god, Fireheart always kind of has his like his fur on his neck standing up of like, oh, he could literally be anywhere right now, and that's terrifying. And it's almost even more terrifying when he doesn't know where Tiger Claw is than when he knows Tiger Claw is at least in ShadowClan. Like right now, he could literally be anywhere, and he's like, Okay, let's see, where are we at now? Oh yeah, on page 196, Fireheart, Yellowfang, and Cinderpelt are all having a super intense moment. What are they even talking about? Oh, I think they're just talking about Tiger Claw. Let's see. Oh yeah, they're talking about Tiger Claw. Blue Star should never have let Tiger Claw leave the clan. Cinderpelt mewed quietly to Fireheart. She should have killed him while she had the chance. Fireheart shook his head. She would have never killed him. And then they're just like talking a bunch. He told me he was going to kill as many of us as he can. Fireheart meowed darkly. They're just like having this super intense conversation, Yellowfang. And then it's Thornpaw in the back. Where did it go? Oh no. I think I'm on the wrong page. No. Where are we? Hold on one moment. I've lost my page. Okay, so they're having this super intense moment, and freaking Thornpaw out here is just like, excuse me, I'm still in the back of the doctor's office bleeding. I know we're having a super intense moment, but hello, can you also help me? And it's just so funny that it's just like that he just butts in while they're having this, and then Cinderpelt's like, okay, enough, just here, take this. And he just doesn't care. Hurry, here, press this on it. Me, meowed Thornpaw in surprise. It's your paw. Hurry up, or you'll have to change your name to No Paw. Bro. Okay. See. Ooh. This is Sunny. Warrior's first arc is probably some of the best writing it has in broad strokes for the simple reason it was able to do planning ahead of time and wasn't beholden to existent bad lore and history and can choose the entire cast. I couldn't agree more. The fact that they had like this like complete like closed, maybe not closed, what's the word I want? Like their story, they weren't like, oh, how can we stretch this into 700 books going forward? Like they didn't have that looming over them, so I do like that a lot better as well. That's truly why I think that the first arc is the best arc. Also, I love when they use the term eyes glittering. Oftentimes they'll use it in terms of like their eyes glittering with hate or their eyes glittering with anger. And there's something about the imagery that I love. I don't even know what it would look like with an eyes glittering, but I just love it. And sometimes they do it like glittering in awe or glittering with love and stuff like that. But I love it when it's used in like not negative way, but used it in a way of like expressing intense emotions. Oh, there's something about it that every time they do it, I'm like, yes, dude, that's so good. Ooh, this is, okay, Fireheart puts his entire foot in his mouth. Once again, known to do that in this book, when he admits that he did not give Sandstorm an apprentice. Sandstorm seemed to sense Fireheart's anxiety. I know there's a lot to do. Perhaps I can help more. She glanced up at him, and Fireheart thought he detected a tiny hint of bitterness in her mew as she added, after all, I don't have an apprentice either. Seeing Dustpelt with Ashpaw must have pricked at her pride. Fireheart felt a twinge of guilt. I'm sorry, he began, but tiredness had clouded his brain, and he realized too late that Sandstorm would have no idea that he had chosen the mentors. She would have assumed, along with the rest of the clan, that Blue Star had made the decision. Sandstorm stared at him, bewildered. Sorry about what? Blue Star asked me to choose, and then he didn't just say, oh, nothing. He was like, no, I'll lean into it. Blue Star chose me, or asked me to choose the mentors for Fernpaw and Ashpaw, Fireheart confessed, and I chose Dustpelt instead of you. Damn, boy. Like, you could have sugarcoated that a little. You could have just said it not quite like that. He anxiously searched Sandstorm's face for a trace of irritation, but she gazed steadily back at him. You'll make a great mentor one day, he went on, desperate to explain, but I had to choose Dust. It's okay, she shrugged. I am sure you had your reasons. Ooh, you done messed up, Fireheart. Ooh. Uh-oh. He's just constantly putting his foot in his mouth, though, and it's funny. Usually this happens when you're surprised, happy, or angry, some strong emotion, in other words. Oh, and there's just, I don't know what it is about glittering, but I just love it. I love it, because I, like, always picture, like, glitter pen, like, eyes, and I just love it. It's so beautiful. Huh. Okay. Bruh, you could have said never mind. That's what I'm saying, but instead he's like, nah, may as well just rip off the Band-Aid, and then you pour some rubbing alcohol on top of it. Ooh, okay, so Ravenpaw comes back to the, so much happens at the end of this book, my good lord. Blix, look up. What am I looking up? Look up, first part. Oh, usually eyes, sorry, I'm so bad at like glancing back and forth between 4 screens in a book. Usually eyes glittering means that your eyes have suddenly shot, oh, interesting. Eyes glittering, okay, hang on, this is changing. Means that your eyes have suddenly shot open or up so that the sun/moonlight is touching them in such a way that the shine reflects along your eyes. Usually this happens when you're either surprised, happy, or angry. Okay, I just, and see here my butt is sitting here thinking that your eyes are freaking like sparkling. I'm like, beautiful, how beautiful. But no, that makes way more sense. I thought it was just like a descriptive way of saying that your eyes are like lit up. Okay, you know what though? I still am probably forever gonna think of glitter pen eyes, but that is so nice. Okay, that makes sense. Huh. The more, Sunny, I feel like I get smarter every time we talk. Honest to God. Oh my God. Maybe add some salt to that storm. Ah, yeah, exactly, Kittytron. Boom. Too right. Amen, dude. Quotes. Where am I now? Okay, I'm just gonna do a hard cut because so much happens, but it's like nothing at the same time. They find Cloudpaw, and they're like, Cloudpaw, you're with the 2 legs, but then they save him from the 2 legs because Ravenpaw comes up and he's like, hey, Fireheart, I'm back. And he's like, hey, what up? And then he's like, hey, I saw a 2-leg, or a kitty pet who smelled like ThunderClan, who didn't look like he wanted to be there. I was wondering if you knew anything about that. Fireheart's like, oh my God, that is my nephew's son. And he said, oh, perfect, I can show you where he is. So then they showed him, and stream just got demonetized instantly. And for saying the A word, possibly. What the heck? So they go find Cloudpaw. He doesn't want to be there. They save him, and Cloudpaw learns a valuable lesson in not taking candies from strangers, and he becomes a good boy going forward. Very good. But then after that, anyway, that all happens. Cloudpaw's back, hooray. Sandstorm stands up for him, which I liked. I was like, heck yeah, girl. But now, let's get to the thick of it before we run too crazy long, because we are already hitting a 2-hour mark, and I've just been dragging my butt. So let's hurry up, Jaden. Okay, the fire hits. Oh, actually, before that, Blue Star, so they tell Blue Star that Cloudpaw's back due to Ravenpaw telling them, and she's like, oh my God, I owe him an apology. Should I invite him back? And they're like, no, he's happy where he is. And then she's so sweet. She's like, okay, well, anytime someone sees him, he's welcome on our territory. He's like another Denmei. He's always welcome here. I'm like, I love that. Okay, so now the fire. Oh God, this is where it gets so intense. Man, the way they wrote this fire scene has such an intense, like the way it's written, like I could feel myself getting panicked and stressed and like anxious. I don't know why, they just did such a good job of like the way they explain the fire is so like frenzied and panicked, and it's just like so like you feel like you're in it with them, and I just love it. There's something about it, and there's something so eerie about when they go back after. So let's go into this. So page 245. 245. What I love about this is they throughout the book they do often say, oh, it's like super dry out, like there's no, like they have to go get water. They have to soak moss to get the queens to be able to have like a water source. Things are cracking under their feet, the baked ground, like all of this stuff is leading up, but never do they have, never are they like, oh, there's a threat that the forest could catch on fire. They don't actively say that out loud. And so I'm like now looking back, knowing it happens, I'm like, oh yeah, like that is what happens at the end of the book, because I've read this book before. But like, I'm like, I love that they weren't like, oh, this constant threat, this fire could happen. Ooh, and it's like looming constantly over them. But instead, Fireheart just wakes up and he's like, do I smell smoke? And the entire territory is on fire. And I love that, because you're like, holy moly, that was a threat, wasn't it? But it was never like bashed over your head being like, there is a fire. Yes, Sunny, exactly. Sunny, exactly. A thing I really appreciate about the fire on ReRead was how sudden it was. You know there's a fire on the cover, and from remembering the book, you've read it before, but you don't know when. It shows up, sorry, you don't know when it shows up, and when it does, it comes out suddenly and overtakes the territory rapidly, uncontrollably, and with all of our cats being forced to react and make a ton of rapid fire decision, which lives which lives mean more to them in the moment. Sorry, I'm fighting for my life because now I'm frantic for the fire, but it's so true. It's like, it just like pops up. He's like, do I smell a barbecue? And then everybody's on fire. It's like, ah. So like literally listen to this. So we have no mention of fire. We know that it's toasty out, but also, have you noticed that the weather is so extreme in this arc? Like, it was like such a super, like winter was so cold it froze over the lake, or the river, sorry. And they're like, oh, the river is never fully frozen over, but it fully freezes over. The spring is super intense because it floods everything. And they're like, oh, it's never flooded like this in so many moons. And oh my god, it's global warming for warrior cats. And then they're saying, oh, if a fire has never been this bad. Or the heat has never been this bad. I just thought it was interesting. But listen to how sudden and just how like just throwaway it is that they mention it. So he's just having a dream and he woke up. He woke with a start. His eyes flashed open and he stared fearfully around the den. Something was wrong. The world of his dreams had invaded his waking world, and the acrid scent still filled the air, and a strange choking mist seeped through the branches. Fireheart leaped to his paws and scrambled out of the den. An orange light shone dimly through the trees. Could it be dawn already? The smell grew stronger, and with a sense of horror, Fireheart knew what it was. Fire! Ooh. Ooh, also Austin's awake now. Hi, Austin.
Good morning, everybody.
Holy! Hit him with that morning voice. Say hey.
Good morning. How's everyone doing?
I too have morning voice. Oh, hello. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi. Sorry, was I annoying you with my yapping about cats?
No.
Okay,
It's all good.
We're good. Hi. Good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Okay, sorry. I'm kind of almost done. Sort of. Not really, but okay. Yes. What am I saying here? Okay, so yeah, the fire is just so intense. So I'm like, oh my god. Oh, they're saying hi, Austin. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Okay. So, oh, I don't want to lose the gas of this scene here. Hold on. So, like, yeah, they're all so stressed out, and it's so panicked. Like, fire, get out, like, just yelling. There's no organizations. Everybody's scrambling. He's not there. Like, Blue Star is being helped out by Frostfur, and like they're just yelling at each other, but not in a mean way, but just being like, oh my god, like, you know, just so intense. And it's talking about the smoke crashing, the billowing, everybody's confused, running around. Fireheart's just like yelling over the sound of the fire. It's so good. Head for the river, Fireheart ordered. Keep an eye on your den mates. Don't lose sight of one another. He felt an eerie calm within him, like a pool of icy water, while noise and heat and panic raged outside. Oh god, the like opposite. What's the word I want? I can't think of the word, but like the opposite of just the fire and everything. Ooh, and then the heat and oh, so good. Also, the universe book, $10 says hello. Oh, the universe book. I love your videos. I'm making a big Warrior Cats video myself, talking about why I love the books in depth, and I'd love to have you as a special guest. Let me know if you're interested. First of all, hold on. Let me hit him with a. This is your soundboard, the universe book. Let me hit it with a. You get a dance party. You get a dance party. That's how exciting. Dude, thank you so much. One more. No, we don't want an alarm. No, stop that. What? Oh, we get a yell. Dude, hey, shoot me an email over at my business email and just let me know your username, because I feel like that's the best way to chat about stuff like that. But dude, thank you so much for the donation, by the way. Oh, yes, shoot me an email, please. I'm just a yapper, so just make sure you know that going into it. One more soundboard for you, my sweet friend. The universe, this is your message. You get do that. Dude, you get dance parties. That means something big, I hope you know. Wow. Okay, dude, thank you so much. Truly thank you. Wait, can we send star emojis for the universe? Stars and books for the universe book. If we can, I would love that. I would love that. Oh, thank you again. Thank you again. Okay, so what are we talking about here? I can't. Oh, the fire. Oh, my the email is my business email is just on my page. You should be able to find it in the contact thing or something. But yes, that's where that kind of stuff goes. I use it for like business inquiries and like stuff like that. So it's if it's like a chat, I won't see it or anything like that. But if it's like an actual inquiry, it'll go through there. Okay, so then the whole fire is happening. Very scared, very scary. I had so many notes here. Okay, so basically they're all trying to get out. When freaking Yellowfang, this is spoilers, but we should know this by now. When Yellowfang offers to go back to camp, I literally get goosebumps for 2 reasons. 1, spooky. No, 3 reasons. 1, spooky. 2, I know what happens, like, and I know what's gonna like take place once this happens. But also, just the stress and the knowing what's hanging and just the panic and not having a good plan and just being like, oh, like, what do we do? And then it's just like, but so they're all offering, which I don't really know why they offered to go. Maybe that he needed extra help. But he had to go back because Bramblekit was missing and Patchpelt and Halftail. So Patchpelt, Halftail, and Bramblekit were missing. So Fireheart's like, hey, I gotta go back. Fireheart mind's real. This meant 3 of the clan were missing. I'll find them, he promised. It's too dangerous for you to stay here any longer. Whitestorm and Darkstripe, make sure the rest of the clan make it to the river. You can't go back down there, Sandstorm protested, forcing her way through the cats to stand beside him. And then all this stuff. I'm coming too, Sandstorm told him. And then Whitestorm's like, no, we are short of warriors. We need you to help get them across the river. Then Cinderpelt steps up and she's like, no, I'll go with him. Like, I can't be used if we meet the enemies kind of thing. And then he's like, like, can we risk Cinderpelt? No. And then Yellowfang steps in and she goes, no, I'll go. And like, he's in such a tough position that he's like, okay, like, yeah, let's go. And I don't know. This fact that she stood up and like, we know what's going to happen, but it just gives me goosebumps still of like, no, okay, yep, we're in a bad position, but we got to go. Yeah, come on, Yellowfang. And when they go, I'm like, oh god, my heart. Yeah. I may be old, but I'm steadier on my paws than you, the old medicine cat told Cinderpelt. The clan will need your healing skills. I'll go with Fireheart, you stay with the clan. Oh, and then away they go. Oh, and like, just listen to how they describe this. Fireheart was terrified, but he forced himself to keep running when he reached the bottom of the ravine. He could hear Yellowfang gasping behind him. The smoke made every breath painful, even for his young lungs. Bright flames flickered just beyond the wall of camp, tearing greedily at the carefully woven ferns, but they hadn't reached the clearing yet. The Elder's Den was nearest. Like, I don't know, they describe it so well. Man, dude, I was reading this morning, I'm like, yeah, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. This fire, oof. And I'm like I said, I'm on the edge of my seat here because so much, my goodness. Let's see. Okay, so we found Yellowfang. Okay, no, so Halftail was knocked out and Patchpelt was dragging him along. But so his friend has collapsed. So poor Patchpelt. He's like, this is my good friend, my friend I've had my whole life, and he's dragging him out while he's collapsed from the smoke. Poor Patchpelt himself is older, so he's like pulling him along. So Yellowfang stepped in to help. And like Fireheart is like bewildered. And so they're like standing there and they're grasping each other, and then he's trying to pull him along. And then Patchpelt gets knocked out from the smoke. So now they have 2 knocked out elders, and they're like, oh my god. But then as they're like pulling them out, they're getting towards the edge of camp, he hears a scream, and who does he see? Bramblekit in the fire. So listen to this. He flexed his hind legs, ready to jump down. Okay, so Yellowfang is like needing help. So he's gonna go jump to save Yellowfang. But a terrifying meow made him look up. Peering through the billowing smoke, he saw Goldenflower's Kit clinging to the branches of a small tree that sprouted from the side of the ravine. The bark of the tree is already smoldering, and Bramblekit cried helplessly. The trunk burst into flame. Oh, yeah, we need firemen. My gosh, we need one of those big planes that bring the water all down. Okay, so this is where, oh my god, and what a choice to make. He's standing there and he sees like his good friend Yellowfang, his I don't even have to explain it. Yellowfang, it's Yellowfang. And then this Kit, who he doesn't know, he has like this weird relationship with because he's so afraid of his dad. He sees his dad. He's basically like he's choosing to save his enemy, even though that's not the case, but in like just like symbolically of what he looks like and stuff. And he's like, what do I do? But then he knows, he goes and he saves the Kit without stopping to think. Fireheart, or no, he just doesn't think. I guess I guess instinctively knows. Fireheart sprang at the blazing tree. He dug his claws into the trunk above the flames and hauled himself up to the Kit. And Fire raced up the trunk behind him, licking at the bark as Fireheart reached forward, wobbling, and lunged for the Kit. The tiny Tom was clinging to a branch, his eyes tightly shut and his mouth wide open in a silent scream. Fireheart grabbed him but in the jaws and almost lost his balance as Bramblekit let go and immediately swung him down into the thin air. With his teeth, okay, by the way, I don't need to read all that. But it's like, oh, it's just like so, my heart's going, like, oh, my Fitbit. But anyway, so he makes this choice. It's all scary. He's like, oh my god. And then listen to this. So finally, he gets him to a safe spot. To his horror, he saw that the fire had burned right through the trunk, sending the whole tree toppling into the ravine. Alive with flame, the tree crashed away from the terrified cat, which I think must be himself, hiding the entrance to the camp behind a wall of burning branches. There was no way Fireheart could reach Yellowfang now. And it's just 100% just like, oh yeah, you have made a choice here and you cannot fix this. And there was no way. And she's like, oh god. Oh, he's sure not over-fearing Bramblekit, but it's showing he's a cat who instinctively, without thinking, saves and values every life. That's so true, Sonny. And it's like, it's because I guess when he made this decision to save the Kit, I don't think he knew, oh, in doing this, I am sacrificing Yellowfang. But like stopping and looking back, he's like, oh yeah, this is the outcome. This was the only outcome kind of thing. But he had to make a kind of a leaderly decision of like which needs more help kind of thing at the moment. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, page 254. He and this is where he specifically calls it out. Where is it? I need the exact quote. The one time I don't put a little sticky mark on it. Let's see. Oh yeah, Fireheart blinked and looked away. It was beginning to dawn on him that Yellowfang might be lost because he stopped to save Tigerclaw's son. And I like that they don't, he still refers to him in this moment as Tigerclaw's son, because it shows that he's like, this Kit, although he is still innocent, I still have this bias in my head that he is my enemy's son. Like, I mean, he shouldn't have that idea, but it's like his like deepest thoughts of like guilt and like worry and like, oh my god, dude, like what have I done? Like that was Yellowfang. That was my Yellowfang. Page 254. Oh, and then poor freaking Fireheart brings Patchpelt all the way to the, I think, Sunning Rocks or to the edge of the forest, and then he passes anyways, and he's like, oh, I came all this way and like thought we could save you. But it is so nice that he was still able to like see his clan for one, or like be with his clan one last moment before perishing. So I'm glad that he did bring him to his clan, you know? It's like, aw, buddy. Okay, let's see. Dude, the 258, I'm saying I like the way the fire was described. I'm just constantly going on about it. Okay, yeah, listen to this. Listen to how beautiful. Oh god, I just love this. There's something about the intense. I love intense scenes from Warrior Cats. When they're actually doing stuff, it's so good. When they're just walking around having miscommunications, I hate it. As they hurtled across, so they're going across the river. As they hurtled across the RiverClan scent line, Fireheart felt the heat of the fire against his flank and a cruel roaring that was even louder than the thunder path. He raced forward to lead the way down the riverbank and skidded to a halt where the forest floor gave way to the pebbly shore. The smooth stones glowed silver as lightning flashed. Like, can't you just picture it? Oh, gosh. So good. So good. Next up. Oh, and Sandstorm just being such a goat during it. She's like telling them not telling them what to do, but she's like, you know, we need to do this and this and this, and you guys come here, and like Fireheart's preoccupied and she's just stepping up, and Fireheart has this moment of like choked up. He's like, oh my god, like I love her. Like I'm so proud. And he's like, I just want to be beside her and like go to her for comfort, but like we both need to be working, and like he just has this moment of like, oh yeah, I love her. I just think it's so sweet. Okay. Oh, and listen to this. This is when I get such a big crush on leopard fur. Shouldn't say crush, that's weird, but like such an admiration for leopard fur because she's just so cool. Listen to this. So when they're trying to get across the river, they're struggling as per usual. So the RiverClan cats, I don't actually know if it's a bunch of cats. I think it's just leopard fur. Let's hold on. Okay, so basically, Fireheart is trying to get Small Ear across the river, but he can't because he's not as strong a swimmer, and he's like struggling, and he's like, oh, I'm losing him. And then all of a sudden Leopard Fur pops in, and she yes, exactly, Shotun Cockatoo. I like the rare moment of humanity. That's exactly what I was gonna bring up. No, you read my mind. So Leopard Fur saves Small Ear, grabs him, and she just jumps in, doesn't even hesitate, just jumps in. Oh no, there were more other cats. Is that everyone? Leopard Fur demanded. Fireheart looked around him. RiverClan cats were weaving around the ThunderClan cats as they crouched, drenched and shocked on the pebbles. Greystripe was one of them. I think so, Fireheart stammered. He could see Bluestar lying under some trailing willow branches. She looked small and frail with her soaked fur flattened against her scrawny pelt. And then listen to this. This is exactly what Shotun was talking about. Like, this is just such a human and just like silently honorable thing of, okay, I'll go into it. What about that one, Leopard Fur? I'd like to think that she's just like, what about that one? Like, what's going on? And Leopard Fur pointed with her nose to the unmoving black and white shape on the far shore. Fireheart turned to look. The ferns on the other side were burning now, sending sparks flying into the river and illuminating the trees with flickering light. He's dead, Fireheart whispered. Without a word, Leopard Fur slipped into the river and swam to the other side, with her golden fur flickering in the light from the flames. Beautiful. She snatched up Patch Pelt's body and pulled it strongly back, her front paws churning through the black water, and basically brings him over. But, like, she doesn't say anything. She just doesn't go, okay, well, I'm gonna get him, but you owe me. Like, just goes and, like, gets him. And just is like, okay, like, that is your family. I'll go get him. I can swim. I'm strong enough. Oh, I just love it. Yes. So, Shotun, I'm with you on that. So good. But then later, Fireheart goes, oh, we have to be careful of RiverClan though, because, Leopard Fur saved us, but I can't help but think she's gonna want repayment for that. I'm like, what? It's like, dude, no, stop. I'm sure she does, but stop. Tef Padma says, I love when the clans help each other like this. It's so rare and feels so special. Honestly, so true. And it's not done in a way of like, hey, you owe me, or it's just like a silent moment of like, I feel for you, like I have the empathy, like that is an intensely terrible thing, let me help. And just like doesn't, like, I just love it. Oh, so good. Then why am I mad at Darkstripe on page 270, but why? Oh yeah. Okay, so they're all yapping at, they're like, oh, Firestar, or Fireheart, you're a bad omen because Bluestar didn't make you a deputy until it was too late or whatever. And so they're going off about him, and then Cinderpelt stands up. You'd be dead if he'd left you behind, spat Cinderpelt, talking to Small Ear. If Fireheart hadn't smelled smoke in the first place, we might all be dead. And then listen to this from Mr. Darkstripe. I'm sure Patchpelt, Halftail, and Yellowfang are deeply grateful to him. I'm like, you jerk, you actual just turd. Like, that is so, but it is so Darkstripe, but I'm like, bro, dude, who are you? Just a jerk. And listen, Crooked Star on page 277. Oh, my heart. Because, like, Greystripe was like, I'm gonna go, or can I go? He goes to Greystripe goes to Crooked Star and he's like, hey, can I go with Fireheart back to their territory to see, like, what's going on, see if I can help? And Crooked Star is like, can't you take one of your own warriors? Like, I don't know how to, like, no, like, you should just take somebody else. And then Fireheart says, we lost 2 clanmates in the fire, Fireheart explained, getting to his paws. I don't want to find them myself. And then Crooked Star is like, oh, okay, I understand. The RiverClan leaders seem to understand. If they've not survived, you'll need the comfort of an old friend, he meowed gently. Greystripe might go with you. I'm like, oh, yes, Crooked Star. RiverClan is just so... human is not the right word, but it is. Like, they're just... You can just see them just, like, being so understanding. And just so, like, yeah, you guys are in a tough spot. Like, we'll put things aside and we just understand. Okay, next up, oh, Yellowfang's death scene. Oh, my heart. Okay, I'm not gonna read the whole thing because it is very hard on the heart, but also it's long, so I'm just gonna read some of the intense ones. But I definitely recommend, if you haven't read this part, definitely read it because it's so intense. So basically he goes back to the camp, everything's cooked, everything's all like ash and broken and like destroyed, and he sees, unfortunately it's a little gory, but Half-Tail's body is there, like burnt and like not okay, clearly. But Yellowfang tried, but he was right outside the medicine cap, but she couldn't get him in there with her, so she left him out there because I think he was probably already past at that point. And so she went to her den to try and get some type of like safety from it. But so he finds her, and she's just barely alive. And poor, oh my god, this is like breaking your heart. So he goes to see her, and she's barely breathing, and saying, we saved Golden Flower's kit, and then, which one was it? Yellowfang murmured. Bramblekit. He watched as Yellowfang closed her eyes briefly, and his blood ran cold. Now Yellowfang knew that he had risked her life to save Tigerclaw's kit. Had StarClan shared something with her, something she feared enough to wish that the kit had not survived? Interesting. But then she goes, you're a brave warrior, Fireheart. I could not have been more proud of you than if you were my own son. And StarClan knows how many times I wished you were instead of... And then, so at this point, she doesn't know that he knows this. She doesn't know that he knows that Broken Tail is her son. So, I don't know. I just like that she still has this confession and still has this really real moment with him. And he doesn't stop her and goes, no, I know. Like, I like that he just lets her say it in this moment. Instead of words stuck in her throat, Broken Tail. Fireheart flinched as the old medicine cat revealed her terrible secret, that the ShadowClan's brutal leader had been her son, given up by birth, blah, 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 all that stuff. I shouldn't say blah, 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 blah. But then she gives this confession that was probably like sitting on her for so long, and she's like, she thinks nobody knows, and she's just like, okay, I'm finally gonna let it out to the one person who like, I truly means like the world to me. She goes, I killed him, I poisoned him, I wanted him to die. Her rasping admission collapsed into painful coughing. Okay, so then she was like, I want to tell you everything before I go, kind of thing. And he's like, you're not going to go. And she's like, oh, well. And then listen to this. This is like, oh, my heart. Listen to this. I wish you'd been my son, but I could not have born a cat like you. StarClan gave me Broken Tail to teach me a lesson. What did you need to learn? Fireheart protested. You were as wise as Blue Star herself. I killed my own son. He deserved it. But holy Fireheart, chill. But I was his mother, whispered Yellowfang. StarClan may judge me now, as they will. I am ready. Fireheart, Yellowfang murmured. Yes. Fireheart paused. Thank you for bringing me to ThunderClan. Tell Bluestar I've always been grateful for the home she gave me. This is a good place to die. I only regret that I will miss watching you become what StarClan has destined you to be. The old medicine cat's voice trailed away. Her flanks heaved with the effort of sucking air into her smoke-scorched lungs. Yellowfang, Fireheart pleaded, don't die. And then she says, don't be afraid of oh, no, he says this. Don't be afraid of StarClan. They will understand about Broken Tail. And then she dies. Heart. Oh, Sunny, interesting. Sunny says it's possible that Yellowfang chose to tell the story now because Fireheart saved Bramblekit. Rather than thinking about how Bramblekit was a danger, she could have been thinking about how this act, ... we hold with bated breath. Dude, I never would have thought that, but I wonder if she was like, oh, okay, like he is making the decision. Thinking about how this act showed that Fireheart was more merciful and capable of changing his enemies and young potential evil than she was, young potential evil than he was, then when she murdered him, Broken Tail, like, oh god, I didn't ever think about that confession, because she does make a point where he thinks that she knows something, but she's just like processing, because she's having these feelings of like, oh, I want to tell somebody, and on her deathbed, she has to say it. I just love it. I shouldn't say I love it, but it's just so intense and so heartfelt. Yeah. And then I don't have much left. Blue Star lashing out about Gray Stripe, because Gray Stripe's like, oh, I can help you guys, because they go back to camp. And Gray Stripe's like, I can help you. I can go back to camp and help you guys, like, put your stuff back together, and, like, I can be there. And Blue Star's like, no, you made a choice. You decided to be with your kids. You have to live with that decision. You cannot come with us. You are living in RiverClan. And it's, like, super intense. And, like, Firestar makes a note of, like, whoa, like, that is so intense. But then they, like, say, here, I could just get the quote, but they say like, oh, there's like guilt flickered in her voice, and it's her thing about like how she wished she was saying that to herself. I like that. I do like that, and it's just like a subtle little thing. Oh, $2.99. Okay, so I forgot that Cloudpaw had this like really subtle but like strong bond with all the elders, like, and I didn't really realize until this reread through of him just constantly being buds with the elders. And freaking Cloudpaw at this point, listen to this. What page? 299. Where are we? Oh, he turned. So this is Cloudpaw. He turned to leave and glanced forlornly at the fallen oak where Small Ear sat with Dappletail in one eye. The elder's den seemed so empty, he mewed. His buddies! He lost his 2 buddies! My heart. Oh, poor Cloudtail. Paw, I meant. Yes, and then this is what I was talking about. Fireheart freaking shading Leopard for after she did such nice things for him. Listen. The fact... Oh, okay, blah, 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 blah. And there's RiverClan to consider. Whitestorm curiously looked at him, but they gave us shelter after the fire. I know, Fireheart replied, but I can't help wondering if Leopard Fur might demand something in return. We have nothing to give. We have Sunning Rocks. I'm like, bro, why are you thinking that? But maybe, I can't really remember. Maybe in the later book she does, but I don't think he does. Page 307, my quote is, "Wholly projecting much?" Oh, yeah. Because, so him and Sandstorm are talking. And, so Sandstorm says, "I'm sorry about what I said about Blue Star. I was just worried. The camp is looking great considering I'm deputy," Fireheart suggested sourly. "Considering it was so badly damaged," Sandstorm finished. It's like, bro, are you projecting? Chill. What is the problem here? You're just so, and then Tall Star. There's so much that happens right at the end of the book. I just can't believe it. Okay, page 211. Tall Star praising Fireheart. Listen to this. So he's just saying, okay, so Tall Star is essentially like, oh, like, Fireheart, you've been on my territory a lot, like, my warriors keep chasing you off, like, what is going on? Like, you shouldn't be doing this. And then Fireheart's like, yeah, like, I know, I've been warned, but I gotta put my clan first, kind of thing. And then Tall Star, again, glittering eyes. Tall Star's eyes glittered back at him, then gave a tiny nod, spoken like a true warrior. "Having traveled with you, I wasn't surprised when Blue Star made you her deputy." The Wind Clan leader glanced around the clearing and added, "There are those who thought such a young cat would never carry off such a great responsibility. I was not among them." I was like, oh, that's such a sick way of saying, dude, you're doing good. You're doing well. And then the very last thing, okay, this made me laugh as I was finishing reading this morning. But so at the very end, so the big dramatic reveal at the end is coming, and they're like, oh, like, Nightstar's dead. And everyone's like, what? And they're like, okay, well, is Cinderstar a thing now? And they're like, no, actually, Cinderfur died, like, 10, like, minutes before the other guy did. Like, he's long gone, or she's long gone, too. And then they're like, well, who's the leader? And they're like, you'll see. And they all but, like, do, like, a drum roll, turn down the lights, put a spotlight on, open the red curtains, because they're all there. And they're like, you'll see our leader, he's on his way now. And then, and like, they're there, and then, it's Tiger Star. But, like, the way they do it, I'm like, he's so dramatic. He's such a theater kid. Listen to this. Oh my god. Their view was blocked by other cats peering and rearing up on their hind legs to get a look at ShadowClan's new leader. I like the idea of, like, when, when a cat sees something and kind of go like a little gopher. Iggy does that so often. Framed by the cold light of the moon, Fireheart saw the powerful shoulders and broad head of the cat who leaped onto the rock beside Tall Star. The other leader seemed puny and frail beside the massive figure. And with a cold shiver of dread, Fireheart realized the new leader of ShadowClan was Tiger Claw. Whoa, and that's where it ends. It's our boy. But it's so dramatic, just the way they delivered it at the end. But yeah, that's this book. It was so, like, it was kind of boring in the middle of it, but at the end, man, I forgot how intense it was. So, okay, Soundboard, what's your thoughts on the book? Let's hear. What's your overall thoughts?
Okay.
Okay, well, alright. Okay, do you have a different thought? Okay, I don't know how to feel about that. You shouldn't be cheering, Soundboard. Many people died in this book. That's not cool. No! Soundboard, stop! So you have one more chance to redeem yourself. What are your thoughts on this book? No! Stop cheering for people dying, Soundboard. That's not okay. My god, dude. So we need to put the Soundboard on time out. He's being naughty. But, oh man, this is an intense book. Oh, yeah, we went a long one this time, 2.5. I got very distracted in the middle of it, though, so. Oh, guys, damn, that's intense. So next week, we're reading, what's the next book here? What is it? It is, I forget, it's not The Darkest Hour. It is, A Dangerous Path. We got 2 left. Dangerous Path and then The Darkest Hour, and then we're done the first arc. Can you believe it's been a month already? Okay, very good. I am yeah, gonna read that book. We will be here next week this time. I'm streaming every once in a while over on TikTok, so if you want to check into some more shenanigans and tomfoolery, it's just kind of a chill vibe over there, so feel free to stop by. And yeah, and thanks for hanging out. Should we let Soundboard say one last thing? This is Soundboard's wish for you for the rest of your week. There you go. Have a fantastic week. Thank you, Soundboard. Alrighty, gang, you have a good one, and we will catch you soon, I hope. If not here, then on TikTok. Take care. Oh wait, I can do an ending music. Let's do the what I hear. I don't really have. I only either have the sad music or this one. I guess we'll end with this.